I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. It's good to see y'all, man. Good to be with y'all, man. Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it, y'all. Let's rock out. So we're gonna be here for a few hours, and I want to get y'all's opinion on something. I want to get y'all's opinion on something. Tell me what y'all think. Right? I've been debating. Yo, so your man, I just took a relaxing bath, got away from everything, watched the Mets game. You know what I'm saying? So I got to relax for a little bit, and my mind got to racing. Imagine that, relax and mind racing at the same time. But y'all get what I'm saying. Wandering is a better word. My mind got to wandering. I drift. I was set adrift on memory bliss. Right? So I was set adrift. Right? Y'all know how it is. You know how you get in that nice, comfortable space to yourself, and your mind just drifts off to the nether regions of imagination and possibilities, right? Like, you know, your mind just drifts to nether regions and possibilities. And so I was thinking, how good can this Knicks team be after the acquisition of Donovan Mitchell? Because we all assume that it's a done deal. What we don't know is who will be here afterwards. Salute. Hey, salute, y'all. Salute, Greenie. Salute, JJ. Let's go, Mets. Jet Life for life. What's good? Pudge Nice is in the building. All right, give me a second, Chuck. Sorry about y'all. The producer came through. The co-pilot came through with some breaking news. The breaking news was I didn't take a certain medicine today. So unless I want to be a statistic, I better take it. So I did what I was told. Yes, ma'am. Right? How good can this team be ultimately? Like I don't want to project like a false narrative. I don't want to go down this road of Hey, Keith Turner, what's good? What's good, coach? I don't want to go down this road of negative thinking, like with Donovan Mitchell, this team's a playing team. Get out of here. And I don't want to go down this road of this team can win it all. Get out of here. Stop. Be realistic. But what I want to do is use basketball reasons for why this team could improve or decline with the addition of Donovan Mitchell. Basketball reasons. Like, I don't want to hear, for this argument, I don't really want to hear, like, such and such mentality, such and such has to buy in. That's not basketball reasons. That's like fans in the stands making up stuff. Because you don't know. Because you don't know what's going on at practice. Or you know what I'm saying, on trips, so you don't know what a person's mentality is. Right? All you know is what a player does on the floor. And I want to speak to that. Because as fans, we do a lot of speculation, and I'm not begrudging y'all. I'm not begrudging y'all about y'all speculation, right? I don't want to do that. That's not fun. Because fan is short for fun. Because fan is short for fun. That's what they say, right? Fan is short for fun. Yeah, man. So what I'm asking you guys is, based on what you've heard, surmise your basketball reasons why this team improves or declines. For instance, this team would decline if they trade for Donovan Mitchell and is unable to add surrounding parts around him. And what a decline is in this aspect is not the games that you won last year versus the games you won this year, but the games you think you should win this year versus the games that you actually won. Give you an example. Are the Knicks a 44-win team with Donovan Mitchell? Yes or no? Type yes or no in the chat if you think so. Type yes or no in the chat. Is this Knicks team a 44-win team? Right. Just type yes or no in the chat. It's we all in here together. I'm not gonna say in 7 months be like, yo, I told you. If we're gonna speculate, let's speculate with some parameters. Right? So if we are going to speculate, let's at least have some guardrails up. Let's not go off the rails without speculation. Right? So what I would say is if your starting five is, and just be patient with me, just hear me out. Your starting five is Brunson, Spider, RJ, Julius, Mitch. And your bench is Rose, IQ, Hartenstein. And two wing players you find from somewhere. Right? Does that team win you 44 games? Right? I'm gonna bring the fellas in here, guys. I want to speak to this topic. I know sometimes we bring up a topic and everything lead all the way back to what Danny Ainge is thinking. I'm just gonna say, for the sake of conversation for tonight, just think about the topic, man. just think about the topic a little bit and consider what it is that we're asking. Right. And if I hadn't told you already, please subscribe to the channel. Consider joining the channel. Smash that like button. Join us on Patreon. We have some things in the works that we're working on for Patreon. You know, it just takes us some time to get it. Right. Hey, what's up, fellas?
Salute, salute. What's up? How was your night, brother?
Salute.
Good, man. Good. So, did y'all hear the question? Did you hear the question I asked? I don't know if y'all
Yes,
did,
I
or if y'all
heard.
just
I heard the question. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Unless you just asked it after you told us to join.
No. Go ahead. No, I didn't ask nothing. It was the same question.
Yeah, I heard the question.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Joe?
Joe
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Madden.
What's up, Coach?
What up, Green?
Hey, Joe, let me ask you this. Do you think it's time for us to start doing intros on the night show?
I don't know. Takes up too much time, Freezy. You don't want to be wasting that much energy.
Yeah. And I don't feel like doing them anyway. I want to do the Patreon stuff. You know what I'm saying? But out of respect for others, people that come on, like others have intros. I didn't want it to be like, well, you gave him a steak. Why are we eating chicken? You know what I'm saying?
You can make it for
we
the
grow,
Patreon content.
We grow, man.
Yeah.
I don't got things to be worrying about. I don't gonna be worrying about that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, bro.
I don't need no blue and orange carpet rolled out for me.
Hey, hey, next gen Blorange Tears stalls are different from previous gen. Because some dudes that be like waiting backstage, like, yo, how you gonna bring me on when I can't get my mind right without my
My mind's always ready.
Yeah, man.
I'm on high alert all the time. You gotta be as a Knicks fan.
Yeah, man. So what are you guys thinking? There's a lineup of Brunson, Spider, RJ, Julius, Mitch, a bench of IQ, Rose, Hartenstein, and 2 wing players. Is that a 44-win team?
So we
44 win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
sure.
I agree.
So how are y'all that comfortable with that? Y'all like, oh, nothing. That's nothing. So how are y'all
I'm
that
just comfortable with it because, like I said, Peyton and Bullock and Reggie and all them, but they got us to 41. So we getting Brunson, a PG that can do way more than Peyton did. Yeah, exactly. With less games too, and then you're bringing in Donovan. Like if you're telling us with Donovan, we're definitely getting 45 at least.
I would say I would look at last year. You look at kind of records. I think the 5th seed was Toronto of 48. So I'd say that's roughly where we'd be.
Right.
Like you look at, we had
Take injuries, take other matchups, take maybe our other things into account. I don't think we cross 50. I think 40, 47, 48. Because I think even without Brunson, I think right now we're a 500 team. I would go 41, maybe a game or two either way. Game or two above, game or two below. But I think that's roughly where we are right now with Brunson. But you add Spider to me, it's an easy
another
extra
5
6-7
games.
wins.
Yeah.
It's at least 45, at least.
Yeah, because like you talking 7 plus 7 from last year with 2 major upgrades at guard, and then Mitch having a year better, and RJ and Randall obviously being more efficient. That's going to be plus 7 at the very least.
Okay. I'm optimistic, but I'm cautiously optimistic, man. I'm cautiously optimistic. Right? I want to say, I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. I want to say 52 wins. I want to say 52 wins, but my deal is the team has to stay healthy.
Yep.
Am I the only one? So everybody, listen. I put the poll out there. So the poll is out there for us. The poll question is how good are the Knicks with Donovan Mitchell? Right now, it's a runaway with 48 plus wins. Man, Greeny, what's happening, bro?
If our depth is right. Oh, I'm boogieing on the highway right now.
No. I'm saying, man, Joe and Coach disappeared. I'm feeling like that movie. What's that movie where anything goes after midnight?
Anything goes after midnight.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the movie. Y'all know what the name of the movie is. I forgot. But yeah.
I agree with you though. I think we're a 50-win team. With Donovan, at least 45. That's just me. At least 45. I think we're 50 if we have the right depth and, like you said, with no injury. If we can stay away from the injury bug,
from major injuries, because guys are gonna get dinged up, man. But as long as we don't have broken bones or torn ligaments, I think we're straight.
And if we have the depth, like you're saying, if we have the depth and it's a minor injury, that depth can make up for that, and that's how I think we can achieve 50 wins. I do think we can get it, but it's going to. We have to. That second unit has to be good. It has to be good. So the first unit is going to go. I think the first unit with that Donovan, RJ, Julius, and Brunson and Mitch, I think that would be nasty.
Right. I want to say 50. No, I'm not going to say 50 plus. Right. I'm thinking we'll probably settle into like that 47 area. Right. But I want to say 50 because I have faith in some stuff that other people don't have faith in.
Like I have. Why it's hard for me to say 50 is because in the last 20 years we only had 2 of those.
Touche.
We only had 2. We only had one in 2011, 2012, and 99, 98.
Right.
Last time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That put things in perspective, right?
I'll give you 40. We just had 40 2 years ago, and we had 2 other times, including it will be 3 times total in that same 20 span of 250 burger seasons. So you had 250 burger seasons and 3 40 seasons, 40 win seasons in 20 years.
Right. Yeah, man, it's tough, man. Because I think the team can be really, really, really good, but at the same time, I feel like there are some things that I speak to often that I think I'm on an island alone. Like I'm on that island, like screaming for Wilson. Wilson, you know what I'm saying? So I'm on.
Or is it Fantasy Island? The plane.
The plane, boss.
The plane, boss. The plane.
Yeah, man, and so what I'm getting at is one. I think the Tibbs bump is real. I think the first year you like say for Coach. Say Coach is 1,000-yard rusher, right? Yep. But you put him with Joe Gibbs off rip. Whatever his previous thing was, he's going to surpass that because he's running in a Joe Gibbs offense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all you got to because Coach is 1,000 yards without nothing. Just get out the bed, 1,000 yards, right?
Do you put him in a scheme with a coach that wants to run it down your throat? Yeah,
right.
You're desperate.
It was like them Broncos running backs. You can just put it whoever was in there.
Shanahan.
Them years, yeah.
Yeah, those dudes were Olandis Gary, Mike Anderson, Terrell Davis, all them guys, they were like 700-yard backs tops. Especially Terrell Davis, because he could never stay healthy. Right? But then you put him in a Shanahan offense, bro.
Yeah, he running all over.
He had 2 Hall of Fame seasons.
Yeah. And it's not Terrell Davis, it's the system.
Yeah, it's definitely the system, of course. And the blocking, of course.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's the system. So Tibbs in the first year, if you average, say if you are a point guard from free agent point guard from a playoff team that happened to come to New York City to play, right? You average 17 points a game. One could reasonably say that player could average 18 and a half, 19, and average 7-8 assists. Right? And fewer possessions, more efficiency, fewer possessions. Right? And one could also say if you average, say, 25, 26 on another team, and you had to carry the whole offensive load by yourself. Hey, man, right on. Right on. You know what I'm saying? And say you get a guy that averages 27 points a game, but he was carrying the entire workload on his own. Huh? Yeah, bro.
Exactly.
So what I'm getting at, man, is if you were averaging 26, 27 and you were carrying the total offensive burden on a team, now you get here with Tibbs. Tibbs will take that guy, i.e. Derrick Rose, and turn him into the league MVP.
Mm-hmm.
The potential is there. Not saying it will happen, but my belief, based off of trending, is the Tibbs bump is real. Say you take a journeyman guy, your first year with Tibbs, you turn him into an all-star, most improved MVP candidate finalist, right? It sounds like a stretch, right? Until you look at Tibbs' track record. Everywhere he's been, things seem to happen.
That's what I.
Hey, Greeny must have had a dead spot out there on the road, Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so what I'm getting at is look at your baby, look at your darling baby, look at your love child, RJ Barrett, right? Look at your love child, RJ Barrett, right? He was 14 points a game on poor efficiency from the floor and from three. First year with Tibbs, what happens? 17 points a game, 40% from three.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm saying before we cast out this thought as mere nonsense, we should consider it. Does this thing make sense?
Yeah. It's true.
I mean,
It's like I liken it to Randy Moss and great quarterbacks, right? Anybody in here remember Randy Moss?
Oh, of course.
Right, Randy Moss with great quarterbacks put up historic numbers, right?
Of course.
Randy Moss with Gus Frerotte was. Y'all remember Randy Moss with the Raiders?
Yep,
right?
Yep.
You put Randy Moss with Tom Brady, what happened?
Undefeated, but they lost to my big boys, of course.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at, man. It's the little things. You have to take the little things into account, right? And I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other, because for the most part, the chat is full of smart people. Y'all make up your own minds. What I'm doing is adding or providing additives to a conversation that sometimes get one-sided because the pessimists always provides you a safe landing spot. Like a pessimist would say, man, if you don't get your hopes up, you won't ever get let down.
True. If you always think of positive, you can never think negative.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. So it's not a deal where I want to inflate the numbers and then have an unreasonable expectation. My expectation is based in things that I have seen be proven before more than one time.
What happens if RJ Barrett takes a leap like Jaylen Brown did in his 4th year, which is this coming up, RJ Barrett's 4th year?
Right.
That's just my thing. Like,
there's a lot of wings in the NBA. That's when, because see, that's the, Freezy always makes a good point about that kind of stuff. Positionally in the NBA, there's certain positions, depending on your skill level and how you come in ready to play, you can make a bigger impact sooner. So it's the same thing with the NFL. Like in the NFL, running backs, they're plug and play. They're ready. They could no matter what round they've been drafted in, they find a way to play at a high level pretty fast.
Right.
But other positions like DB, like O-line, some of them positions, it's tough to just come right in and
start,
and make an impact. That's obviously QB too. But if because normally if you're a QB as a rookie, you're having to play, you got drafted high, your team is horrible, so you're gonna have a rough go of it.
Right.
So. Right. That's the thing is, we tend to forget. We kind of got blessed early in RJ's career because we had the number 3 pick for a reason.
Oh yeah, we earned that.
We earned it. I mean, we were disappointed that it wasn't number 1 or 2. We didn't get that nice Patrick Ewing gift like last time, like the last lottery. But we haven't been getting blessed in the lottery for a while.
Right.
But
so it's time for us to get up out of there.
But now it's like, RJ's 2nd year, all of a sudden, if you would have told me or you Freezy or you Greeny or any Knicks fan, the day after we drafted RJ's 2nd year we're gonna make the playoffs, what would you have said?
And he's shooting 40% from 3, averaging 17.
I don't know about that. That'd be nice, But so like last year, like that year was kind of like I think a lot of Knicks fans got their hopes up and fast forwarded their expectations, and that's what made this year that much more of a letdown. Even though
Knicks fans never. A Knicks fan would have unreasonable expectations, man. Get out of here. Man, you serious? Not Knicks fans, bro.
My stuff's based on reality. Like,
right.
But I mean, the thing is, don't get me wrong. Like when I want to make a prediction, like I'll add a win or two out of optimism. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm a homer, But I ain't gonna have no delusion like we can be the number 1 seed,
Right.
But I believe in athletes that the game is played, and it's not when we watch it on TV. There's so many things that we as fans don't see that they just don't like. People they just don't. They'll never get like.
Right.
Like RJ Barrett could literally average 25, 26 points, a game. And all of a sudden turn into Jimmy Butler in his 4th year and Paul George in his 4th year and DeMar DeRozan in his 4th year. These are all guys that his game is very similar to. His body type, all that stuff. and he's better than they were at that age. At 22 years old, his third year was better than their third years. All them guys I just named.
Right.
I mean, you can argue all that. And his situation was worse than all their situations. So, I mean, I feel like we talk in circles, having to try to convince some of these people of this. But like the more I talk about it, I didn't have a doubt, but I just convinced myself even more the more we talk about it. That to me, it's a no-brainer. Even if we don't get Spider, he's going to be better.
Right.
Just Jalen Brunson alone is going to help RJ that much. So to kind of keep on track with the direction of the wins, it just translates. I mean, it's when the talent level of your team, when your number one and number two guy become, just on paper, essentially your second or third guy or third and fourth guy, as far as importance to the success of the team, you can't help but get better.
Right.
And I think
he's gonna unlock RJ and Julius back into that year where they were having good years and where they're shooting the ball efficient and all that. That Brunson's gonna unlock those guys. Like Freezy says all the time, he's gonna take the pressure off of Julius Randle that he was feeling. RJ is gonna have the pressure relieved too as well.
Right. And the pressure, and the thing about it is like in this setting that we're at right now. So it's me, Coach, and Greeny, right? And so it's like this situation where it's like not pressure on one person, and one person doesn't have to carry anything. It's organic. We could just play together, play off of each other. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I think Knicks fans are underestimating. They're thinking Julius Randle is coming into the situation, declaring that he's the man, though nobody ever told them that, including Julius Randle.
I think they're just scarred from last year when they seen Julius Randle ball hogging and then RJ Barrett ball hogging. Like, the reason why that was happening is because we didn't have a PG like Brunson. Brunson's here. That's not happening. The whole offense is going to be ran a whole different way. And the scheme, I think the scheme will be perfect. If we get Donovan or not, the scheme will regardless be perfect for the team.
I mean, it's like, as far as for a football analogy for me, like my son, he was like an all-state like linebacker here in Florida, right? He had a pretty decent season like his senior year, but like his junior year, his stats were better because he actually had a D line in front of him that kept O linemen and blockers off of him more.
Right.
So he ate, like, as far as on the stats,
right.
Highlights and all that, they were still good in both his seasons, but he had more tackles his junior year than he did his senior year because his senior year, some of them D linemen graduated and he had to fight off more blocks and stuff and make some more plays.
Right. He could clean up without getting caught up in the wash.
Right. So the same thing happens. Like and he says it to me all the time. Like because then after that he played in like some all-star games and like the senior, they have like the senior county all-star game here, like down here and stuff. And he really ate then because on his team he felt like he had to make every tackle or they weren't going to stop the other team. But when he was on that all-star team, he was like, man, it was so easy, Dad, because like I didn't have to worry about like I knew them dudes had that spot over there and I could just worry about my job.
Right.
And that's just, and that translates in every sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like
especially basketball. Especially basketball.
Like when you don't feel like you got to do everything, but just that sense of relief and comfort I mean,
And like you said, when you don't even have to think about it, like he's gonna be at the right spot at the right time. That's a whole different ball game when it comes to basketball. A whole different ball game.
yeah, like since Randall and RJ have been on the Knicks, they have never had that sense of, yeah, they got it. They got my back. You know, like these other dudes, we can count on these other dudes. I mean, maybe for those spurts that Rose was, saving the day a couple times, but in the back of their head, they're probably like, man, he's like one play away from getting hurt. Or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you hate to think that, but it's like, damn, I love how he's playing, but I hope he don't get hurt. I mean, that's what I was thinking every time I saw him hit the floor or hustle up and down the court or go hard to the rim. I'm like, come on, man, don't get hurt. I hate to think
I just didn't want them to put him in the starting lineup, and when they did, it was the playoffs, and straight injured. I was like, God, that's what did it for me. Because I knew if we had D Rose, I ain't gonna say we win the series, but it wouldn't have been that ugly. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, and also here's a good what if. I mean, Trae Young turned into Steph Curry for like a damn series. It was craziness.
Yeah.
A man hitting all them shots that he was hitting, bro.
Like I will give respect when that dude was going crazy the whole play.
Oh, he went off, bro. I'm like, I mean, I knew he had a little bit of game, but as El DeBarge looking dude, man, is killing us.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
He did. I was like, dang, I hated it.
Yeah, and it happens, bro, because it's one of them things that you can't really hate on a great player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
because if that great player was ours, we'd be celebrating them.
Of course.
The player that made me understand that was LeBron James, because I was a Kobe fan to the day I die, and I still am. But you just can't hate on greatness. I mean, it is like you just can't. Like,
I mean, there's a lot of dudes that try though. They try to hate him. Trust me.
You can't do it. Like, I am a Kobe fan. I bleed Kobe. I like. You just can't. You can't hate greatness. Like, you just can't do it. I'm sorry, you can't.
Right.
I don't know. I hate Michael Jordan. Yeah. But I respect him, and he is the GOAT.
Feel me? You still respect that greatness.
But as a in my prime '90s Knicks fan, he is just the kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? It just
and
it's
frustrating.
Like, and to know that we were the one team that consistently took them to the brink every time.
Right.
To come up short, man, it was like, oh God, I was so frustrated. And to see him just take over sometimes, like, we could be having a great night. I mean, we were holding people back then. We were holding teams to the set in the 70s and the low 80s in points and stuff.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And even then, we would hold the Bulls to 80 something, and that dude would have like 39 of the 80. I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah, and you couldn't stop them. And some of that stuff had to do with pace of play too. But it is what it is. What I would say, what I would even say to that, is this team here, because you can't rewrite the past. What's done in the past is done and over with.
Yeah.
Right. But this team here, I think, could be exceptionally good if things come together. If we have the dream season.
I mean, I think Brunson and Spider are going to do what they got to do. It is going to come down to Mitchell, earning his little contract bump we gave him.
Yeah.
And really just Randall, getting comfortable again, and RJ progressing in that efficiency department. And then I think everything else falls into place. Like, there ain't enough people talking about that Hartenstein pickup, bro. I think that's gonna be a lot bigger than people talk about.
We hope so, bro. We hope so, right?
Because that was like, that flew under the. I mean, to Knicks fans, it wasn't under the radar, but that's a little low key deal that the more I look into him too, I'm like, I like his game, you know.
Right. And we're not. I'm not saying that he's going to be a world beater, but
No.
it's definitely something different. And definitely something different, as opposed to three centers all doing the same thing, and the coach can just game plan because the centers all do the same thing, right? Because you got Nerlens Noel, Mitchell Robinson, Jericho Sims, all athletic fives. They can't shoot. They all bring one thing to the table, right? You want to at least have a diversify your attack from that position.
Some games already, you know, and he's been in the thick of it for, you know, a year or two now. So in the Western Conference, you know, so
right.
I was just watching the NBA TV marquee matchup on Hartenstein, and he was guarding Jokic, and I was not liking what I seen. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he ain't good on the defensive end, unfortunately.
Dude wasn't even jumping off the ground for rebounds.
Yeah. Well, Jokic makes a lot of people look kind of silly.
Yeah, but that is the league MVP though.
Nah, it is.
And he doesn't play in our conference, so we won't see it. We won't see him, but twice a year. So.
And like, well, that's the other thing for me. Like when you were talking about like bringing Spider in, it does thin out our bench a little bit, you know, and that's where them adding a wing or two and maybe another power forward, you know, especially if Obi leaves, you know.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big, because I mean, what kind of rotations does Tibbs normally run? Like how many? Has that ever been a consistent thing for him?
10.
Oh yeah, he's sticking to that.
10 in the playoff, and then when the playoffs get here, he'll run 9.
Yeah, he's sticking to that rotation.
So when we lose a couple of these players,
who's that, Coach?
you get Spider, it's going to be thin, a little thinner. You know, we're going to have to be smart with our pickups.
Right. Yo, somebody put in the chat that TJ Warren went to the Nets. Man, get out of here.
Did I say that?
I would have got
No. I'm talking about in the chat. There it is.
I would have got the news on my phone if he did, son.
Oh. Yo, that kind of stuff would bother me, bro. TJ Warren out there and the Knicks not moving on that because they waiting on the Donovan Mitchell deal.
I look like TJ Warren. I like Warren.
Yeah,
especially for the depth on our bench. Like you what? Oh yeah, but Warren would be nice.
How do you feel about? I haven't really heard your. I mean, I heard your take a couple times on Cam Reddish. What's your thoughts on him if he ain't dealt?
I like Cam.
Is he someone we can't count on? You think?
I say Cam is a prove it player, like Obi. Yeah. I have him, Obi, IQ, Grimes, all in the same boat. They got to prove it, bro. Enough of this potential stuff. You talking about dudes going into their second, third, and fourth year? You got to show something.
You got to take that next step up.
Dance to get off the floor.
He's right. I like Cam Reddish a lot.
Me too. I like him.
I like his eyesight. Like I think he's the piece that we're missing. We just need him to be that dude.
Yeah, I mean he's got that high ceiling, bro. To me, you know.
And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really like he's that guy to me. And it might be because I'm an RJ dude and I know that's his friend. But I've watched Cam. I watched Cam since he was on Baller's Life in high school. That dude is official tissue. You couldn't see what he could potentially do in college because he was behind the show in Zion and RJ. Cam Reddish is the real deal, but nobody really sees that. I don't understand how.
And my only thing with Cam is always hurt.
That's true though.
At
I would
Duke,
not know that. Freezy, I think you muted yourself.
Yeah, Freezy, you on mute, brother.
this cord, bro.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's tough. I thought my
I'm a
headphones
microphone
broke or
fiend,
something.
bro. I do damage to microphones for some reason.
Eric B and Rakim.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But the thing I was going to say about Cam Reddish is always hurt. At Duke, he had the abdominal tear on his shooter side. So it's like when you right hand dominant and you got an abdominal tear, now you can't be explosive going to your right. And your other hand is not weaker, but it's not your dominant hand.
Yeah. And he is
right.
A
And
dribbler.
so it's like, so when are you, Cam Reddish, when are you ever going to be healthy?
Mm-hmm. That is true, though. I will say that is true.
Yeah, and so I'm not knocking Cam. I want Cam to be great, and I want Cam to be great with the Knicks. But at the same time, come on, Killer Cam, you got to do something. You got to work with us.
Yeah, I do want him to get up off that injury list and just stay off of it.
Yeah, man.
I think he could be a big part of the second role. I don't think right now he's going to get a starting position, but I think he could be a big part of that second role.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping Cam can be a starter.
I do too, but I just don't see it. Especially if we get Donovan, it's definitely not happening. We get Donovan, Cam is not starting.
Yeah. You would hope it'd be different though.
If Donovan doesn't come, Cam will probably start.
I prefer Spider though.
Yeah, I prefer Spider too. I definitely do. Because you know you're gonna be up in that 45 win range.
Right.
That Cam Reddish don't guarantee you them 45 wins, and I feel that. Shoot. Definitely feel that.
Yeah, man. Well, so what you thinking, Coach? What you thinking about Cam?
Cool. I think Coach did. I think he backed about. You might be further.
Yeah. So okay. So here's my thing about Cam.
Mm-hmm.
I project Cam at his peak. Cam at his peak is a 20-point per game scorer. Right. I think Cam can be a 26-3 player.
Yes.
With decent defense if he can stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got you, Coach.
I see that. I definitely see that.
Yeah. And for what he's going to offer you from the 3-point line, 26-5, and good 3-point shooting and decent defense.
And playmaking ability. That's
and
the thing.
Playmaking,
at his size, he could dribble the ball. He can run the pick and roll, and he has the ability at his size to have mismatches on 6'10" dudes that's on him because he can move with the ball. He has playmaking ability. He does.
Right.
I do see that 20 points per game.
That's if everything goes right. Health, playing time, starting minutes, all of that.
All that. Yes. Everything has to be to a team. Like you said, it has to be to a T. Everything has to go perfect. Because if Donovan comes, that messes up his playing time. If he get hurt, and then now you all messed up. You're not at your full potential. If RJ Barrett's having a great season, your playing time is cut.
Right. Would you be willing to trade Cam for another high upside guy?
Yes, I love Cam. But if you're telling me that Cam is the reason why you don't want to get Donovan at that, get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here. Ship him. I do like Cam. I like him. I do want him on the team. I think he's the answer. But what has he done for the Knicks? Donovan Mitchell's going to come over and be an impact immediately.
Immediately, bro.
Immediately. We don't have to wait for this and that and determine, evaluate. There's no evaluation going on. Send that man over there, and we got an immediate impact player.
Right.
I love Cam, but it's not like his numbers is looking like RJ numbers or Grimes numbers. He not even looking like Grimes numbers. Think about
Nah,
that.
he ain't.
That's what I'm
Nah.
saying. So how do I not ship you off for something that's gonna change my whole franchise?
Right. Right.
Because people don't think Donovan is gonna get us a championship. I'm not saying he is gonna get us a championship, but technically he is. Because when he gets here, he's going to attract another star to come here that's gonna bring us to a championship.
I honestly don't think. Okay, this is me and it's breaking news, and I know it's going to sound like a wild take, but I honestly don't think Donovan Mitchell needs another star. Right? I think Jalen Brunson, and Donovan Mitchell is enough in your backcourt, especially if you stagger their minutes, and then RJ Barrett get to play with them. I think what you probably need is for Randall to be included. Because Randall is 2010 and 5, right?
It's hard to get that up.
Yeah. And so would I trade Randall 2010 and 5 for another dude that's going to give me 22, 8, and 6? No.
Nah. I can get that. I like now it's gonna come down to the measurements. How big are you? How are you affecting the game with that 22 and 6? You know what I mean?
Right.
How are you really affecting the game? Are you one that's gonna like you said earlier? Are you that 22 and 6 that got to put the workload on your back, or are you that 22 and 6 but it looked like a 17 and 8? You know what I'm saying? So like, it depends on how you getting it. That for me, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough one right there. That's tough.
Yeah, and then how long do you wait on, say, a Cam Radish?
Exactly.
Right before you go out and get that alpha. Before you go out and get that alpha guy to come in to go with Spider and them, how long do you wait on Cam? Because what if you trade Cam, say ultimately you trade Cam and something for a big time small forward, right?
Okay.
Say you trade Cam for
What type? How high you like? Are you talking about Kawhi, Paul George tier or like Pascal Siakam tier? What tier are you at?
Say OG Anunoby.
Okay, OG Anunoby. Okay.
Say you trade him for OG Anunoby and then Cam get to Toronto and put up OG numbers.
That's what I was gonna say. Cam's upside is better than OG. I mean, I think Cam's upside is better than OG Anunoby.
Right.
But
like if he wasn't injury prone, we wouldn't be doubting any of this.
Yes.
OG injury prone too. OG only started getting healthy the last year. Before he was in and out like Cam too. That's what the downfall. Like when we heard trade rumors maybe like 2 years ago, Toronto wanted to move him because he couldn't stay healthy.
Right.
That is true.
Nah, no doubt. That's what I'm getting at, Joe. Like, what if you trade Cam for a dude like OG Anunoby and then you wind up getting a worse version of OG than you anticipated, and Cam Reddish goes somewhere and blossoms.
Balling.
Well, I think I think they want to keep Cam, to be honest. I think the whole part of this thing, even like them bringing Donovan Mitchell in, and if Grimes and Obi are gone and whatever, Fournier and whatever, they're going to need wings, and I think they're looking to keep Cam.
Right.
I just don't think that they would have traded the first and give up on him this early unless it's netting them something big. And I don't think Utah are going to look at Cam in that deal because they got to pay him. So I think it's a good time for the Knicks to maybe capitalize and see what they got out of Cam, because when you think about it after the trade, they've no other reason to have to play him.
Right.
It's like who else is going to play Farron Hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
like
mean,
you were saying, my fault. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like it can only be positive, all right? So like, if he plays well, obviously he helps us, but then he also shows that he might be an asset that we can use and get more than we bargained for.
My worry with him is though he gets a little bit extra hungry in a contract year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we see one thing, and then once he get the bread, it'll be something else.
Yeah.
What happens if we get Donovan, and then that opens up the whole playing time and aspect and all that for Cam? Because now he's the guy for the second team.
How though? How many minutes is he getting?
I mean, if the Donovan trade is happening, then you're looking at whoever's acquired in the deal. Maybe Obi, maybe Grimes. They might be gone on a deal. Now you have some minutes for Cam now, in the backup and on the two seed. I mean, on the 2 team. That's what I'm saying.
On the second unit.
Yeah, on the second unit.
On the second unit. Yeah, but I'm asking you, what is he gonna do there to make things stand out, to make things pop?
I mean, if
what's your expectation? What's your expectation for Cam Radish?
My expectation for Cam next season, it depends on the playing time. But if we're looking at it like how I just said, I think he can average like a calm 13, 14 off the bench, maybe like 12, 13. You know what I mean? Okay. And that's not bad. I'm being realistic. For that's.
So you're saying his career average?
That's what he averaged his career.
Yeah, about that 12 or 13 points.
Yeah. See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I mean, he
right around there.
And I when he had them games in Atlanta, he had like 36, 40. He's had some splashy performances,
Right. Yeah, when he got playing time, that was the problem with Atlanta, log jamming. Every time Cam looked good, Cam got hurt. Mm-hmm. Cam showed splashes 2-3 games, looked like, oh, here it comes, and then it's boom, Cam's hurt again. And that's why I think they eventually moved on from him, because he was like, I'm a star, I want playing time. But like, bro, every time we're trying to give you playing time, you hurt.
Or the opposite. Or every time he needed to get in the game, Tibbs not putting him in the game.
Like
he got to earn minutes here. Like, he come in the first interview was like, yo, I think I'm a star. And Tom Thibodeau was like, oh, really? Well, you got to earn minutes first.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind him having that attitude. You got to believe it to achieve it. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that.
Okay.
But like you said, he's got to show that he can be reliable.
And that is true, my friend. That is true.
Because like some of the stuff he can do for his size, like offensively, like, he can create some of his stuff off the dribble. Like, it's good. Like, he has the ability. It's just why doesn't it be so consistent? Like, some of the stuff he does looks lackadaisical, and it's like, bro, it's like you trying.
Right, I'm with you on that, Joe.
But I kind of think he's that. He's like one of them guys. Like, he's so talented that it can come across because it comes so easy to him. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that aspect of it too.
A little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, but if you look at it since high school, technically, Duke suppressed him, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That too. He had the abdominal tear, which limited his mobility. He came out and said that on draft night. So you would love to have seen all three of them guys be healthy, but unfortunately, Zion got hurt once or twice. Mm-hmm. Cam got hurt early on. RJ was the only one. He stayed healthy, and bam, there you are. You hate for it to be like that for guys that are risking everything for one season. But these guys were risking everything in one season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's not really, they're not really risking anything. To me, it's you're sitting out as a risk because you're not playing. Like, you play in these college games for money.
Right.
You playing for your draft stock, and that's not like we look at draft stock as players better. They look at it is what's the paycheck beside the draft number, and it's always higher when your draft higher.
Right.
So, they are playing for something.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is a lot of them, when they get that something and they get that check, aka Kevin Knox, when they get here, That's all they do. Then they're like, "Oh, we're good."
Yeah, I'm good. I don't even know.
Like when Kevin Knox was it his uncle or was it his father said, "What's the goal when you get to the NBA?" It was like get a second contract.
Yeah.
Well, now with the
This is what I think about when I think about Kevin Knox. This is what I think. That's what I think when I think Kevin Knox. Like I legit wish I could just wipe all of that stuff out of my mind, bro.
Hey, yo, chat. Like and subscribe to the channel, baby. Turn the notification bells on. We in here every night. Knicks at night. Blorange Tears. Hit the like and subscribe, baby. Come on.
Bam. Do your job. Do your job, ladies and gentlemen. Do your thing. Do your thing, man. Yeah, man. So, well, what do y'all think? What are y'all thinking about the football channel? Any movement on the football channel?
Well, me and Coach gonna be over there. I already can tell that.
I subscribed.
Me too. I subscribed as soon as you said
it. If you slip up and don't do it, I'm gonna have to hook up with Greeny and do a little side piece.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, something, right?
Because that's a big part of me too, bro. I mean,
I'm just as crazy as I am for the Giants as I am for the Knicks. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm that way
too, and it hurts.
I'm that way about my Bucks, especially we got Julio today.
Yeah, I would love. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I would love to do it. My only deal is you got to get your Giants people to show up.
Yeah, I know.
We got Giants people in the chat.
I mean, I'm with you though, Freeze. You know, you got to put all your energy to get this rolling first. You know?
Yeah, man.
With all the vision you have with the Patreon and everything, you know, you don't want to spread yourself out too thin.
Yeah, man.
You want to get this thing.
I don't know how easy it's going to be to get these Giants fans to get up now for year one of a rebuild.
Right.
Yeah, another rebuild.
Year one of another rebuild. Maybe this would be a proper one.
Well, I was talking to GI. I was talking to GI to try to do some football with him because he's Cowboys. You know, Giants Cowboys. You're gonna get content on that.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, the thing is this with the football fans is it's a ton of content that you can do. Like, if I give you an example, the first thing that we could do on that channel is do a fantasy football draft. Off rip.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Off rip. Do a fantasy football. And then that way all of us have vested interests or interests in players around the league. So we research that player. So we'll be well versed on players all around the NFL. Right.
All the games.
Right, because we watching all the games and we tracking. And then the second thing about it is you have a regular team that you root for, right? You got a regular team that you root for. So now with the regular team that you root for, now you like, yeah, now we talking, man. Let's go Bears. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. So again, you know, it gotta be. I like talking basketball too, with Joe.
Go sub to that page too, chat. Uncle Freeze gonna drop it in. He's gonna drop it in. He's gonna drop it down there. Yeah. Gotta sub to that page. He said we gotta hit a goal or it's not going. Come on, let's hit that goal,
chat. Yeah, man. And it's a realistic goal too, bro. It's 100 people. 100 people, and it's 3,000 people.
30. We got like 40 or 35 or 36 people, I think now. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, man. It's a reasonable goal. And just off rip, we're just sitting here. I already done changed the banner and the thumbnail, all of that stuff on it. Just by sitting here putting work in.
See, we got Giants in, we got Jets fans in here. They going crazy in the chat.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
The Giants and Jets aren't too far apart.
Yeah, I mean, you got them.
Go crazy all they want. They in the same position.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I put the link in the chat. I'm gonna pin it also.
Go sub to that chat. Go sub to that channel, boys. Please, chat. Please.
Yeah, man. This is on us. This ain't even on. This is something as simple as, yeah, man.
He just pinned it in the chat, Boulevard. He just pinned it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This something as simple as, do you want content about your favorite squad or not? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's that simple because I'll talk trash about the Jets and the Giants. I don't care.
I can talk about the Bears too. The Bears gave me Evan Neal. The Bears are starting to rebuild my old line.
Yeah, the Jets
thank you, Joe. You think, Joe, that was slick. That was real slick, Joe. I appreciate you, bro. Joe think I didn't get what he was saying, bro. yeah, because y'all used our first round pick to get drafted old lineman, right?
Yeah, they used the first one on edge, Kevin Thibodeau, which to me is laughable that he fell to 5, and then Evan Neal then at 7.
Yeah.
I can't believe that happened. That was crazy. You have stupid teams ahead of us, like the Texans and the Lions and Jacksonville.
But that's why they stay in the top 5, bro.
Yeah.
The
Giants.
Oh yeah, you a Giant.
They had a good draft. I'll give them that.
They had the dream draft.
Yeah.
We got the easiest schedule coming up. So
the Jets got. I think they did pretty good too, though. Low key.
The Jets had a great draft.
Yeah.
The Jets had a great draft.
What's Jacksonville doing? Jacksonville takes a 3rd round talent that blows up in the combine. They take a number 1 overall.
Right.
That's Jacksonville.
Classic Jacksonville, bro. So we 62 subscribers away from Legends jumping off, man. All we need is 62 people. You know what I'm saying? To subscribe so that when we go live, you'll have a handful of people in the chat, man. Grow that thing. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate everybody that came through and subscribed already. The number has jumped from, I think, 18 to 38. So we got 20 people today. So
I got a big Bucks community group of people I can send it to. I could probably get that popping on that end. Like down here, well, like I was telling you, I used to do them parody songs for the Bucks for that old Bucks fan channel.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with all them super fans. Like, that dude that has the horn, the big nasty, who sticks his tongue out for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Like I tailgate with that dude all the time. I know him. His name's Keith. I'm like friends with him.
Okay. My one of my former bosses, he's like 4 bosses ago, said he used to go to Bucks games, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In the 70s, like when it was like the orange and
white. Oh man.
And he said when you stepped in the old
the old sombrero.
Yeah, he was like, everybody and the whole stadium was high. Right? You walk in, it was like there was no way. It was like legit like a big reefer going on. Like somebody he was like Bucks fans were so abnormal. I'll say it that way, abnormal.
Well, back then they had to be high to put up with that stuff. What was going on the field?
And they had a Hall of Famer come out of the era.
Leroy. Yep.
Yeah.
You know you're the man when you rename a road after a football player.
Yeah. So just real quick, man. I believe RJ Barrett can become a star. I think RJ Barrett's development is what's going to push us over the top in terms of where we finish in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like whether we're 42 wins or 49 wins. Right? I think RJ his development is probably based on not what Donovan Mitchell can do for RJ specifically, but what Donovan Mitchell does for others to clear the traffic for RJ to do his thing. It's like how the play action helps the deep passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Like having a bruising running back. How having a bruising running back helps the speedsters on the outside, right? Because linebackers get frustrated with getting beat up, so they come up to Hulk smash the running back, and they leave all these lanes for the safeties to fill, and you got 2 safeties trying to fill 4 lanes, and if they take one misstep, it's a touchdown. I think that's what's going to happen with this pick and roll offense, the Spanish pick and roll and the high ball side pick and roll with Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell and Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. And the reason why I'll say that is because one defender can't guard 2 or 3 people at once. And if they can, your offense is horrible. Right? Mm-hmm. So what you want to do is get them in that pick and roll. Get them in that pick and roll where one defender has to guard one player. And if once we start doing that, I like my odds with all 5 starters in a one-on-one situation every single night. Every single night. And don't mess around and let us go small ball and put Cam at the 4 and with Julius at the 5 and get out and run. Man, look, don't, man.
What do we think first of all, salute on that. The rest of the panel. Salute. Like what
we trying to put something together, bro. We want you to be included.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've been reaching out to a couple guys that shall remain nameless about doing a show with me. So we gotta talk, Freezy, because I got a proposition for you. Yeah.
All I have is one thing. Are there snacks involved? Because if there are no snacks involved, I don't know, bro. No, I'm just messing. But you never know what a grown man would do for a Star Crunch, bro.
Oh, yo, Star Crunch, Uncle Freeze. I ain't gonna lie, those are my shit. I love Star Crunch. I just told my girl about that in the store. I'm like, you know about these? She like, no. I'm like, yeah, you bugging.
You bugging out, bro.
Nah, yeah, man. I'm telling you, my wife was listening to me the other night, and she was like, "Aunt, you talk too much, man. You need your own show. You talk too much. You got too much to say." So, man, listen.
Hey, Sarge, how you doing?
Not as good as you guys are doing, man.
Salud.
Where you at? You at the hospital?
No. I'm at Coffee Bean and Chili.
Chili?
Coffee Bean and Chili looks like Starbucks.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I thought he
on the patio.
Okay,
Cali.
okay.
I'm in Cali, so I'm chilling. It's about 70 degrees.
You got some high test there, espresso.
You living good, Sarge.
You know how we roll in Cali.
Sarge rubbing it in. He rubbing it in.
Oh, living good.
My personal baristas, who wait for me to show up and be like, "Hello, sir. How are you doing? We got your drink ready for you right now."
Oh man, I'm so jelly.
Oh.
I'm so jelly. Hey man, you free tomorrow, or I guess it's today? Hey, you free later on today?
Well, for me it's tomorrow, but yes, I am.
Here you go.
Okay, because I want to get with you and work on some stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll
some football. So I'm like, as a person who's actually seen 2 Super Bowl champions of my team in my lifetime, talking about being the Giants.
And here we go.
Make sure y'all go subscribe to that page.
Yeah, let's get this page up and running, bro. Let's get the page up and running, man. It's only got 30. It's got 38 subscribers. It don't have no videos on it. The stuff that we doing is gonna be all original content. It'll be with the people that you already used to. Just subscribe to the channel. What we'll do is we'll get with say GI and set up a fantasy football draft. Do that live first, and then we'll set up some shows like some pregame shows, some fantasy football shows, just some talking football shows.
Man,
and it'll kind of be like Blorange Tears.
Hey, hold me a spot on that league, bro. I got to be in that one.
Overthrow ESPN, man.
I'm right behind you, Coach.
Them.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
And so what we can do, man, is if y'all want to, sometime tomorrow, if y'all coordinate it, like one of y'all, like one of the 5 of y'all, or one of the 6 of y'all that's interested in doing it, coordinated time where everybody can get together and rock. And then what we'll do is we'll get on there and rock. I'll do a thumbnail, like a preview, and what it is, it'll be the preview test run. It'll be like our pilot show, right? And we'll just have a closed panel. It'll be like a closed panel. It'll be like five people tops. 5 people tops, because you don't want 10 people in there, and then you can't even get your agenda done, right? So it'll be like 5 people tops. We get in there, we chop it up, and then go from there.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'll get a trophy made and everything for this thing.
Them.
And we'll mail it to whoever wins. They get the hold for the whole year.
I like trophies, bro. Hey, Coach, did you see the championship belt? The Blorange Tears. You know we have a Blorange Tears debate league, right?
Oh, okay. No, that's
I'm gonna go get the belt. I'll be right back. I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah. I played
Hey, when I win that thing, you have to get an extension for it. Fit around my big ass.
Nah, man. Coach, I don't think we're gonna win it, man. I don't think we're gonna win that.
Exactly. So don't worry about it. Exactly.
The debate thing, I don't care.
Hey, Sergeant Ant, the original question Freezy asked us was, do you think the Knicks well, he said, how many wins do you think the Knicks will have when if we have Donovan Mitchell? Yeah, if we have Donovan Mitchell.
Well, I'm bullish on the Knicks if we get Donovan Mitchell. So I've been I don't know if any of y'all familiar when I was on MBK, but I'm like Mr. Optimism, right? Like I always shoot a little too high, but you know that's the fun part of being a fanatic, right? So if we get Donovan Mitchell, man, give me 52. Give me 52. I feel like we won 37 games last year with a terrible Julius Randle, half a year of a terrible RJ Barrett, no point guard, no star player. You give me a point guard, a 2 number 1 option, a better Julius Randle, and a full year of RJ Barrett, then I think that may be worth 15 wins, 15 to 12 wins.
And Mitchell Robinson stepping up.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's as far-fetched as you know, people make it out to be. I don't even think we were a terrible team last year. I mean, even how bad everything went, we won 37 games.
Right.
You know, that's not terrible. It's really close to 500. You could argue that with the way we played last year, outside of a couple like crazy collapses at the end of games, we should have won 41 games, maybe more. You know,
what about injuries? How do you?
No, Derrick Rose played a big part. Derrick Rose, missed the end of the season. You know,
Randall missed the end of the season.
I'm willing to bet if we don't have any injuries, 50 wins is definitely in view for me for sure.
I don't see why
D-Rose didn't get hurt. We would have gotten the playoffs.
Right. Actually, this year I'm also optimistic. Here's my breakdown. I actually did predict 50, but I was looking at it from 2 points of view. One is, as long as we have, because Brunson alone fixes about 10 games, more than 10, probably 14 games from last year. You know, big leads, you know, close game losses. So I'm saying Brunson alone brings us up to the mid-40s to, you know, high 40s. So I'm saying 45 to 48, Brunson alone fixes that. Mitchell alone would probably step that up a little bit more to get us to 48, 49. So net between the two of them, each of them adding somewhere between 8 games each is not outlandish. But to be conservative, with the possibility that we should have injuries as well this year, you almost can't make the NBA season without some injuries. As long as it's not Brunson or Mitchell, or both of them at the same time for any period of time, then we have enough backup. So if we keep Randall and we have Obi backing him up, I'm not worried about power forward injury. Center, I'm not that phased with any of those 3 guys backing the other one up for 5-10 games.
That bell.
Oh, snap.
Hey, Freeze, you need my address?
Let me go to that first. Let's cover that.
He said you need my address.
Yo, true story. We was walking through the Charlotte, the Charlotte Hornet alumni, And Muggsy Bogues was like, "Yo, what's up, champ?" It's like, "Hey, what's good, Muggsy?" And he was like,
Nice.
and he was like, "You still the champ?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." You know what I'm saying? Because he saw the belt, and we wind up. The irony is, we wind up sitting by them, in the same section as Muggsy Bogues and his wife at the game. Yeah, man, true story, bro. So this right here, fellas, is the Blorange Tears Debate League Championship belt, and I don't even want it. Right? I want to get this thing out of my house, and this is, and for those that don't know, this is not real gold; it's gold plate. But this leather that you see, that's genuine leather.
Oh.
Well, Freaky, that kind of goes with my
That
idea.
ain't pleather.
No, it's not pleather.
That
You
kind
know,
of.
That's my name on there right now. That's my name on there right now. That's my name on there right now.
I'm just saying, in order to get this, you have to win the Blorange Tears Debate League Championship.
Listen, Freeze, that kind of go with the idea that's in my head.
That thing never really got going, did it?
Like,
yeah, every time we. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's kind of the idea that's in my head. Let's battle rap this thing. 3 rounds, debate. Let the fans vote. Who got it? You know what I mean? We all have.
But you got to have people show up because they say they want to show up, and then they find out who their opponent is, and then they be like, "Yo, I had to rush my dog to the emergency room." You know what I'm saying? Or they be like, "Yo, I got a connection." Yeah, come on, man. You was talking just fine when it came time to bash Obi. Your connection was straight.
Yep.
I got my
Obi for like 4 straight hours, but then when it come time for you to battle Joe Madden or to battle Greeny, now you connect ain't that good. You got
fast food drive-through, Mike.
Yeah.
I would love to see Knicks fans have to actually find evidence to back up their opinion. That would be so entertaining because some of us have so many narratives that lack actual evidence and facts to back it up.
Right.
Like, and I think it's kind of needed because, like I said, it's a lot of narratives that run that will be like destroyed when you actually sit down in a structured form and have to really prove what you're saying.
Right.
You know, like it's like void of emotion. Like prove it.
I ain't never scared.
Okay.
I'm down for whatever. I know I'm new to this group, but I ain't new to the game.
Okay. Hey, Sarge, what do you? I'm sorry, I missed part of your thing when I was looking for the belt. What did you say your expectation was? Like the win totals for the Knicks?
Like I was breaking down by who's been added and how much more they add to the game as far as responding in fight situation, maintaining long big leads, and then even recovering from down big leads, that being down big leads, and then of course I'm looking also at teams recognizing rotations and player management, time management, etc. And then guys who can last that long, because I think Brunson and Mitchell are built to play long games if they have to when it comes up. So with all those that in play, I'm also optimistic. I also see the 50-point opportunity as there. I also want to comment on RJ. I think New Yorkers and LA too, we're instant gratification kind of people. We need instant gratification. So if you don't show it right away, we get very impatient because we are fast-moving cities. If you live in Charlotte or Minnesota, you start to go. We're cool, man. The guy will build. If you're important, you'll be like, we like him. He'll get better. They can actually wait a little bit because they're not used to having champions right there, right now. But New Yorkers, LA people, we need champions. We need a championship. We need to see positive movement. So people don't always give those guys time to blossom. And that's part of our downfall. So yeah, 50 wins with Mitchell. Without Mitchell, I still see 45 to 48 wins.
Okay.
I like that 45 to 48 without Mitchell, so long as like Julius figures it out and RJ takes that step. Adding Donovan kind of gives us that bumper. You know what I mean? It's like bowling with the bumpers up. Like you had Donovan Mitchell. It kind of protects us against some, But I have a question. Say because the East, somebody put in the chat, but the East got better, right? So it made me think, like, if we win, say, 50 games and we end up in a play-in, is that a success? I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
Well, who in the East got better? I look at Brooklyn's deflating. Atlanta got a little bit better. Miami, to me, looked like a team that's about to plummet. Yep. The playoffs, I think, has shown it.
Toronto
Boston added pieces, but who else got better? Philly's the same. They added minor pieces. Charlotte fell off a cliff more or less because they lost a big piece there in Bridges, and I don't think they've replaced him yet. And I don't think they made any other moves. So, I mean,
the Pacers,
and if we have killers like Brunson and Mitchell, we're gonna beat those teams which we should have beaten, like Orlando and stuff, like we were losing to because we slacked off a little bit, thinking, "Oh, we got this," so we just beat Boston, things like that. So, I agree. The next
and so that's what I was saying. That's how we get to 50 this year, because last year we lost a lot of games to a lot of teams we shouldn't have lost to.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like 20 points.
The Magic twice early on.
Right. And if y'all remember how we was choking out Chicago. Remember we had Chicago mad. Zach LaVine was out there punching the air like Boys in the Hood. And then they went on a late run late in the third quarter, and then they pulled away from us. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Yo, it's like you can't even send your starters to the bench. Your starters can't even go to the bench and get a sip of water and come right back, and they down by 7. What?
That's the team. Chicago is the team actually that I expect to take a step back this year. I think they
didn't do anything to get better either. I don't think.
But a team that we kind of disrespect if the pieces remain, that is kind of weird to call them a sleeper, but I think they're becoming one, is Brooklyn. If Kyrie, Kevin Durant are forced to remain in Brooklyn with Ben Simmons, they're gonna win 45 games and they sleep. Just talent alone, like those guys are just too talented. If they to me, I don't think it's a guarantee that those guys get traded because Brooklyn doesn't have to.
Right.
Kevin Durant type of player, he's not gonna sit out.
No.
He's gonna go out there and he's gonna play basketball and he's gonna try to win. So Brooklyn doesn't have to trade Kevin Durant, especially not this season. Because if Brooklyn lets Kyrie, KD, and Ben Simmons play, and let's say them boys are first, second, or third in the East competing, you think KD still wants to leave, or does he want to try to go win that championship? So if I'm Brooklyn, I roll the ball out this season, and I let them boys go play together, and I bet my money that they're gonna win basketball games, and I bet on a competitor in KD, and if he's in position to compete for a championship, he would look absolutely insane to still want out. And I think that's an interesting development to watch. In Brooklyn.
I think you're right. So I'm going to give Boston and Brooklyn 2 extra wins against us, potentially. Those 4 wins that we give to those guys, we're going to take back 10 from the other guys who we shouldn't have lost to. All right. So, and then West Coast trips, I think West Coast, we're going to cruise on the West Coast a little bit better. Not dominate, but I think West Coast has some holes that they got to fill. We're going to take out our West Coast trips. That's another 4 wins.
Sarge, what if by adding Donovan Mitchell, instead of getting swept by Utah and swept by Denver, we split with those 2 teams?
There we go. Yep. Exactly.
Right.
That's automatically Utah because they're going to be tanking. So I think you play them twice, right? So you probably win both of them.
Right. Right. And so I'm saying that I'm talking about overall the 4 games, Joe, because it's highly possible a healthy Denver Nuggets can sweep us too.
That's true. This is true. But we can't fall. We never have it. Jokic eats out food every time,
especially with Jamal Murray coming back.
Right, and Michael Porter.
Yeah. Because along if you play them in the 3rd or 4th or 5th game of the West Coast trip, and the fatigue and the jet lag, all that sets in.
Yeah.
So yes,
I think the league are sleeping on the Denver Nuggets. I think when Jamal Murray comes back and if Porter comes back healthy, they're forced to reckon with, because you look at the West, I'm like, The Suns to me are nothing. Utah's coming down. Like, who else is there? The Clippers are going to be back in it. Maybe the Lakers, depends what they do.
Right.
Phoenix had their chance, I think. I think Phoenix had their chance.
You think that window's closing?
Yeah,
it's closed.
I think at some point a 6'1" point guard is going to begin to.
Yeah, you have a 6'1", 40-year-old point guard as your second best player.
Yeah, I think at some point that's going to catch
Not
up.
winning nothing.
Yeah, I think, and it's funny because I think the next big star that might actually be on the move in the next couple of years might be Devin Booker. Because when Chris Paul ages out, right, is Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton enough? No.
And Michael Bridges and Mikal Bridges?
It's just not enough.
Yeah. Devin Booker might go to the Celtics.
Not enough. So.
Yeah, it was a lottery team before Chris Paul got there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be maybe a little bit more seasoned, but it'll be a 500 team if he goes. I even think he's not even going to have that much of an impact on Booker. If Booker doesn't make even a bigger step, they might be closer to a 500 team than they are a top 3 or 4 team next year.
Okay.
Yeah, next year is weird, man. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, if all those young guys in Memphis get a year better,
yes, they got Memphis, Golden State.
Yeah.
The only thing with Memphis is they can't stay healthy, bro.
Yeah, no.
Jaren Jackson get hurt and Ja healthy, then Jackson come back, then Ja hurt. Dylan Brooks missed a whole bunch of time. Then Brandon Clark is out. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yo, I don't know if they. Yeah, man.
That's why I'm a little out on Ja when it comes to longevity, because I don't see him having a long career. I see him being like Derrick Rose, 3-4 year prime, injury, done. Too small, too skinny, and the playing styles too explosive.
And the physicality of the NBA.
Yeah, even
man.
he's too small. What is he? 6'3", but 170. Like, he hasn't put on muscle, and I don't think he's the frame to.
Yeah,
he has to become more of a shooter.
I've seen Ja, and unless Ja took a Herculean step, bro, Ja Morant is not 6'3", and he's not 175, bro. Like when he played against my boys, that dude was listed at 6'1". He looked like 5'10", 130 something. I mean, and I know the college years he probably put on some weight, but I doubt this dude put on 30 pounds of muscle or 40 pounds of muscle in 3 years, bro. That's a lot.
I don't know what he's listed at. If it's like 6'2", 6'3", 170 or something, 175. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it's even lighter, but I know he's just skinny as hell, and I'm not a big fan. Like, that's why I'd be more on RJ long term.
Hey, what's good, Sally?
And you know who nobody I don't hear talk about too much, even in the national media, that I think can win the championship next season. The Los Angeles Clippers.
They got a real chance.
Paul George, man, listen.
They're the favorite, man.
Like, and don't let them add something at the deadline.
They
like
did.
Those, they could be a sleeper.
They're not.
Hey,
a
Sally,
sleeper,
what you
bro.
know about football, bro?
I'm a Ravens fan, man, so I'm excited. I got a lot.
You don't know nothing, okay? No, I'm just messing with you.
My quarterback's the best running back in the NFL. I know that.
There he is.
Yep.
He's
Number
a
one
Ravens
running back.
fan.
Ravens fan.
Yeah, man. I had somebody DM me, like 2 people DM me, and was like, "Yo, that dude Selly sound like the funky diabetic," and I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy." I don't know, man. It's fan talk, bro. You know how it is. So, but
a funky diabetic. That's funny shit.
No. It's a dude that does a YouTuber.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a YouTuber. He get like tons and tons of views, or whatever. But yeah, man.
I'm not him. I wish.
Yeah, you getting that bread, right?
Right.
But we were talking about how, like, what do you project the Knicks to finish in terms of win total? And right now, the poll that's up in the chat is showing most pollers, and this is with 167 votes cast, most people think, the Knicks will win 48 plus games. That number is at 41% of all votes cast.
And this is with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
What's the highest vote?
48 with 41%.
Yeah.
No, you mean the? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't win 48 with Donovan Mitchell, then Thibs is gone. I mean,
Gone.
everything's blowing up. So it doesn't even. I'm an outsider Nick guy because I love the New York Knicks because I always say the Knicks are winning, the league is better. It's just better. It's just so much fun watching the Knicks, and it always will be, and it always going to be.
Yep.
But outside looking in, you guys are basically going to be the Utah Jazz, and you'll have the same expectations if you get Donovan Mitchell.
It will be better than the Utah Jazz will. I think we have foreign options than that team did.
Yeah, we had better. I think we had better. If you look roster to roster spot.
No, you don't have a Jordan Clarkson.
Better than Conley.
Maybe he's not a better shooter, and you don't have a Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson is nasty, bro.
I mean,
it is.
You don't have a Clarkson.
Yeah, but
quickly can't be that kind of guy.
But Clarkson and RJ cancel each other out. Yes,
I don't even think Clarkson and RJ. I think quickly might be the one.
I think RJ is better, but
but Clarkson's not a starter though.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And technically, Gobert is over Mitchell Robinson, but I think Mitchell Robinson is going to take a jump this year.
Yeah,
but even look at it like this: when Derrick Rose was healthy, was Clarkson that much of an upgrade over Derrick Rose?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I think the Knicks got it in that case. If you put it like that.
Yeah, and then look at the power forward position.
Julius Erving definitely got it in power forward.
The Jazz had a top offense in the league.
Don't even matter who they.
It wasn't just because of Donovan Mitchell, though. I mean, you got to give it. You got to give it what it really is. Like they had top offense. Yes. And that's the NBA now. The NBA is catch and shoot.
But that's why I don't want to go Fournier. See, that we need to catch and shoot guys. But if RJ can be a catch and shoot guy, I think he could be. Brunson has shown he can play off the ball and be a catch and shoot guy too. It's really Randall that I just need to see be a catch and shoot guy for me to be 100% sold.
And it'll also be helpful to have a 5 that can stretch because, like you were saying, Freezy, I heard you say put Randall at the 5. That's what Dallas did with Maxey. So Maxey can play 4 or 5.
Yeah, I've been saying that too, Randall.
And you'll give up a little bit on the boards, but you'll get all that spacing, man, and it'll do a lot. So
if we're not as good as the Jazz were, that's a big indictment on Thibs. Because if you just match up rosters, right, and see what Quinn Snyder got out of the Jazz, and you match up the roster Donovan Mitchell be playing on, like it'll be an indictment on Thibs if he can't figure it out with that many options.
Right, now let's look at matchups also. Who knocked out the Jazz in the past couple of years? Who did they face in the first round? And was that matchup something that we're not going to have in the East? Because that could be a factor as well. And that if you're losing to the Lakers, in the COVID season, in the bubble, that's a tough round to face. Even the Clippers. Right now, I think the Clippers and Lakers of that year could probably beat Boston of this year.
Probably, yeah.
Which means that if you got to face guys like that, it means that automatically, even if you make the playoffs, 5th place or 6th place, whatever it is, the Jazz did, we are better off being going against who we're going against when we make the playoffs this year. So I would take that. I'll take the Jazz. I'll take the Jazz spot right now for this year. I'm cool with that.
That's a great spot to be in, man. Absolutely not. Like they're a contender.
I like the way we match up with Boston. To be honest with you,
Boston was the most non-championship team. Well, they didn't win the championship, but I mean like appearance.
I'm more worried about Milwaukee and Miami as far as the Knicks right now.
But bro, I even look at that Golden State team that won the championship this year. Like, to be honest, that's not really a championship team either. Most championship teams beat that exact team.
You got to slow down on that, Joe. You can't say Curry, Draymond, and Clay ain't championship team, homie.
Draymond and
no, he's talking about this year's version.
This year, this season.
Wiggins, everyone they had Curry. Wiggins is an all-star. Wiggins showed up, bro. I'm not going to take anything against Wiggins. Jordan Poole. I don't know what game you watched, Joe, but Golden State cooked everybody they played. I don't know. And they
because
played
who?
Memphis,
But see, the thing is, who do they play? You played
Dallas,
a baby Grizzlies team. You beat Luka, and you beat what, as we just said, is an average
But Joe, you
final
can't
Celtics
take away
team.
accomplishments from teams because
I'm not taking away accomplishments. They won it, but it was not a strong.
The Suns were the best team in the NBA, and Luka went in and beat them. That means something.
But
and then
the thing is with the
When
Warriors,
you're 40-year-old 6'1" point guard, your second best player, no matter what your record is in the regular season, doesn't mean jack when you get to the playoffs. And that proved it.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I can't have discussions on that level.
Well, if you don't want to do it, then log off. But that's the facts, bro.
No, that's not
seen
the
it.
fact. It's not
They
the fact.
melted down. They melted
bro,
down. And
when you have shooters like Steph and Clay, bro, it solves a lot of problems.
You're wrong, Joe.
Now I kind of see it from both sides, and hear me out on this. In terms of historical context, was this Golden State Warriors team the most dominant champion you ever saw in your life?
No.
Probably not.
No.
But however, you cannot take away their championship, bro.
No.
It is what it is.
I'm just saying that there's been times when they didn't win because Steph and Clay weren't making the shots they were making.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, like, you live and die by that style.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
A lot more than they died, man.
Jordan Poole and Steph Curry are the 1 and 2 best free throw shooters in the NBA. Like, literally, Jordan Poole is like the best free throw shooter. Steph Curry's the second best free throw shooter, right? Like, that means something. Like, that was a championship team, but it was a championship team with intangibles, not athletic stardom. That's the difference. That was pure, like, genius basketball.
What I was
limited a great Boston team.
Yeah, but that KD version of Golden State would have beat the brakes off of that team.
Man,
right. Maybe,
but
physicality on that team
context,
totally
because all you can go by is the teams that actually played.
I don't think Steph is getting enough credit. Man, that Golden State Warriors team with a Hobbo Clay was very unimpressive. First of all, this finals period was very underwhelming.
That's what I'm trying to say. Only because Steph Curry was not a good championship team. It was a washed-up play. It was one of the worst contracts in the NBA. It's Draymond, who we've seen, who was terrible the worst first couple of games, who he wants a max now. It was basically, that shows Steph Curry's greatness, because that team was nothing without him. They weren't winning no title.
Triple single.
It gave me whiskey in 2011.
You can say that about all the LeBron championships.
Like Steph.
Exactly. I don't think a lot of LeBron championships mean much either. The one in the bubble didn't mean much. Half the league sat out.
Which championship means a lot to you? Okay, instead of let's talk. Which championship means a lot to you, Joe? Which is
in terms of historical content? In terms of historical.
Well, I mean, like, I want to know what Joe's championship.
That Kawhi ring.
Man, that Kawhi ring. Give me a fluke.
I don't know. When LeBron beat that Golden State team, bro, that was pretty impressive.
When LeBron beat Golden State.
How about when Dirk beat LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh? That was the best NBA Finals.
That's one of the most glorious ones.
Within the last 25, 30 years. That was one of the best.
Yes, agreed.
Okay. So we agree that there's levels to NBA championships, but if you win the championship, you are an NBA championship team. I mean, that's just what
underrated.
It is.
Exactly. That I'm not arguing.
Okay. We're on the same page.
My only call against this past year was if Tatum was hitting the shots, he played to the level you normally play to, they would have won a championship.
Yeah.
If Memphis didn't choke, I think Memphis choked.
Coach, I disagree, bro.
You disagree? Okay.
Yeah, I think you got to give some credit to Golden State's defense.
Defense, I bought him. Okay. I thought he was missing some wide open shots, though, some drives he was missing. I think his game was off those games that they lost.
But Boston remind me of a team that they came up to that level young, like not ready yet for that.
Yeah, they weren't ready yet. They weren't supposed to get there last year. They were ahead of schedule.
Like it almost reminded me of like the Orlando Magic team
with Dwight Howard
back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that one and even the old Shaq one. I mean, even though
Hardaway, Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson,
Boss, like they came up so quick.
Or the OKC one with Kevin Durant, Russell.
Yeah, they just weren't.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I would give you another one that that Miami Heat championship team that lost to the Lakers in a bubble. I don't think they were ready. I don't think Tyler Hero was ready for prime time.
Dragic got hurt.
Kendrick Nunn, yeah,
that was big.
Yeah,
one of the
because how can you tell me you can't guard Ray John Rondo? All of a sudden, Ray John Rondo was Michael Jordan.
That's playoff Rondo.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. My bad. I need to get my facts straight.
That's funny.
There's definitely levels. There's definitely levels to the novelty of the championship or whatever. But I mean, the Dirk one, in my opinion, is probably one of the best of all time. I mean, you have one guy who's old as hell beat 3 Hall of Famers.
One of the most beautiful finals.
I don't know. Jason Kidd was pretty good.
He's old as hell, bro.
I know, but
and don't forget JJ Barrett. Don't forget JJ Barrett, bro.
JJ Barrett.
Go down that list.
Tyson
Barrett was like Chandler.
Tyson Chandler won that championship and then came right to the Knicks.
I mean, LeBron took a pretty shoddy Cleveland team to win.
And
you're not,
Dallas
but he didn't beat
some,
3
Dallas
Hall of
had some
Famers.
good defenders, bro.
Sean Stevenson, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler.
Yeah, they had some good. Big Haywood. Don't forget Haywood.
Yep.
Haywood, Marion, the Matrix. You had the Jet. Oh, that was a nasty team of role players, though, bro. Of role players.
You know what's funny? Like it just shows how like no respect them Spurs teams actually get.
Yo, I was just about to say,
they don't get any.
Finals, my favorite finals in recent memory was when the Spurs beat Miami. That finals was amazing.
You talking about when the air conditioner was out in San Antonio?
Man, and like
rookie year.
Those finals were amazing. Miami,
they pulled a Red Auerbach.
Miami and San Antonio had great finals, man. Like that finals when Ray Allen stepped back and hit the 3 in the corner. Like those are some great finals. Like last year's finals don't compare. And like those were some great finals.
Hey, but that wasn't just Ray. Because think about it, that wasn't just Ray Allen step back 3 in the corner. That was Chris Bosh grabbing an offensive rebound amongst 4 people and kicking it out to Ray Allen in the corner for 3.
That was also Ray saving LeBron's legacy.
Yeah, that's a fact.
LeBron had
his finals is LeBron.
So that's why I've been kind of indictment on LeBron.
Here come the Brown haters.
No, but it's like they're the easiest championships to get anyone to the ball. It's like Kevin Durant's championships with Golden State. It's
There's no easy shot, Joe.
Superstar to the ball.
They're like 35% shots. There's no easy shots.
LeBron's great NBA Finals play is the block.
Yeah, then you got Kawhi's lucky shot, and they would have never made it if he didn't make that.
Real talk.
The one that bounced on the rim like 10 times
over Joel Embiid.
If Kevin Durant didn't get hurt,
what if? What if?
I think it was those finals when LeBron was sitting at the free throw line, and then he looks over his shoulder and sees Kawhi Leonard checking into the game, and the look on his face, like he was so upset Kawhi was coming back in the game.
I saw a tweet.
Is anybody in here a Knicks fan? Any Knicks fans in here? So let me say this. Y'all remember the Houston Rockets came down and Sam Cassell hits.
I don't want to relive that, man. We were up 3-1. Please don't do it to me.
I know Sam Cassell just down and hit a 3 on Derek Harper, right? And everybody looking like Derek Harper. What are you doing? Sam Cassell come down and hit a 3, right? Bro. And then the Knicks bring the ball down. The ball go out of bounds. The Knicks get the ball. It's 2 seconds left on the clock. And the inbound is to Starks. And Pat Ewing takes off to the rim. And there's a slight window for Starks to get that pass into Pat. Right? But Starks decides to shoot the 3. And Olajuwon gets a fingernail on the ball. And John Starks, to his credit, is the only Knicks player that y'all know about that actually had a shot in the air to win a championship. And I'm here to tell you, if that shot had gone in, the Knicks probably would have 5 championships right now.
Freeze. I got a story for your info because I met Janet Jackson too.
Right.
I'm kind of young.
I'm kind of.
Hey, first of all, that's Miss Jackson. If you nasty.
Exactly.
But like I was one of the big believers that 54-win Knicks team was gonna give Miami hell.
Oh,
so I'm of the belief.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use that.
And I was like, man, I remember talking to my boys back then. I was like, yo, if we win Game 6 and Indiana has to come back to the Garden, they're not winning Game 7 in the Garden, right? And I felt like the Knicks were a better matchup for that Miami team than Indiana was, and I think that's probably one of the best series that we never got to see. That was probably the last time Melo was in his prime for real. That team with their shooting and the way they spaced the floor and they put Melo at the 4, Tyson at I think that series.
They didn't have nobody to stop Morris. Morris was just gonna kill him.
Like that, I don't think we lost to Miami that season.
We lost 3-1. We was 3-1 them.
Yeah, but I want to say that, and I want to say that, but the year before that, the Chicago Bulls never lost a game to them, and then LeBron just came up in their whole house and just killed them every single game. So we can't make that assumption. The playoff switch, there's a switch for LeBron in the East.
Yeah,
there's a switch.
You know what ruined that season for us though? A lot of the time we blame that on the Roy Hibbert block. You know why Melo even got blocked by Roy Hibbert? Because Kevin freaking Garnett, right, in that Celtics series, messed his shoulder up. That's what ended the season. I think if we had a healthy Melo,
Yep. Melo had a screwed up shoulder. Like after that, Melo's shoulder was screwed up for 3-4 years, bro.
Yeah, it was messed up.
Yo, Greeny. Yo. Did you see the Knicks play? And this is Patrick Ewing played in the 90s?
Nah. I wish I did.
Sarge, man, they just don't know how. Ooh.
I can tell.
Listen, if John Starks would have hit that shot, I would have been born like a day after that because I was born May 27th, 1994. So that's literally like right there in the day where I was born.
Like just so you guys know, like to live during that time as a Knicks fan.
Oh man!
It was a blessing, but at the same time, it was such a heartbreaker because we were so good and competitive every year, but you knew that monster was there, Jordan, to deal with.
And then when Mike Prince played baseball, we thought, okay, there's a chance.
Yeah, and then sure enough, that first year he left, we made it to the finals.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we were up 3-1.
Olajuwon.
Oh my God, boy!
You got
Spike's gonna make a documentary about it. So
yeah, you're gonna see
it. Dirty. The people, the big man he beat to get that ring, the people he went through in the West Coast, and then Shaq. Oh my God,
you guys have when I became Kurt Thomas, Tim Thomas, and like so I became a Knicks fan when we were terrible. So I fly my flag, man. I'm like, listen, I became a Knicks fan.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I'm a Knicks fan, but I did.
Hey, I'm 30. I became a Knicks fan like during the 98-99 season. So my peak was literally the first year I understood basketball. And then it's been downhill since then.
And my peak
came in it
when growing up. My peak every year was waiting for the All-Star weekend so I could watch Nick Robinson in the dunk contest. That's all I cared about because I knew he was going to suck.
and then you'd see Jerome Williams, Junkyard Dog courtside at every NBA.
Yeah, but you know what? I remember when the Knicks sucked and we had to watch Kenny Skywalker in slam dunk contest. That was a thing we had to look forward to.
and like I had never seen success. So watching Melo get announced in the Garden felt like a championship. Like when it was like that first introduction, I had goosebumps. Like,
man, they they killed that song. That I'm Coming Home song. They played it to death, bro.
Yeah, man. But the time he got introduced, and I'm sitting in front of my TV in my room on the floor, crisscross applesauce, staring at the TV. Man, that felt like a championship. I was too.
For me, it was mine was Clyde, but 75 Clyde after the championship and Earl Pearl. So that's why I appreciate Brunson because to watch a next level point guard orchestrate a team is a thing of beauty. You know, I'm Jamaican, so I played soccer. So watching Brazil play, and if they don't score a goal, the thing of beauty. So I can appreciate the game being a beautiful game and not winning the championship, because it's enjoy the experience. So that's why, for me, even without the ring, I want to see a game where I'm like, that was a beautiful game. They played the right position, they played well, they defended, all that stuff. I'm good with
Anthony, there's like another token to it. Like, my pops is Jamaican, right? But he came to this country in like '84, and he started picking up baseball because it was like cricket to him. Of course, he gets to see the '86 Mets, and then he gives me that fanship by proxy, and now I'm in pain.
Oh, man. My first
continuously.
game was at Shea Stadium, and I was smart enough to follow my mom's love of the Yankees. I said, "Oh, this is a nice. Oh, it's beautiful." I thought I was impressed by Shea Stadium, but then the Mets lost that game, by the way, and I don't know what happened. My dad took me to the Mets game, to the Shea Stadium, and I don't know what happened, but somehow I went. You know, my mom was boy. I said, "My mom loves the Yankees, man. She loved Chris Chambliss. She loved Reggie," and I'm like,
yeah,
you know,
man. Bucky Dent, Craig Nettles,
Rod Guidry,
Thurman Munson, Rick
Billy Randolph,
Cerrone, Mickey
Rivers.
Rivers.
You got like growing up, like when I was getting into sports around like early 2000s. I'm 27, so like 6, 7
Man,
years.
y'all dudes old as dirt, bro.
Like, man, I started getting into sports, and like I was watching what I could watch. Yes Network, MSG, right? So I grew up like a Yankee fan, a basketball fan. And if you know anything about the early 2000s, they was winning everything.
Everything.
So say you lucky, like the Yankees used to have that Don Mattingly curse. So
I felt like I mean,
because they think about Don Mattingly. The Yankees won. They won the year before he came in the league, and then the year after he retired, they won.
Yeah.
They took all my pictures, man. I'm an Orioles fan. They took all my pictures.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
I love
year,
my O's.
every
though.
year.
They take all my pictures, man. They took Messina. They took David Wells. They took everybody.
Hey, but didn't y'all take Ken Singleton?
I don't remember.
Ken Singleton, that was before or after?
I don't know. It didn't do anything for us, Freeze.
But Ken Singleton, he's calling for the I think he's an announcer for the Yankees now, right?
Yeah, now he's retired.
Huh?
Ken Singleton retired last year, I believe, from announcing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My first football memory
with the Orioles. He played with the We Are Family Orioles. Y'all remember them?
Oh yeah.
No?
Oh yeah.
It's actually the We Are Family Pirates, but they beat the Orioles.
Right.
They should have Benny Machado and Adam Jones for a few years. Those were some decent years for y'all, man.
Oh yeah, it was a good time then, man. I mean, that was a good 3 years.
Sally, who's better? Sally, who's better, Cal Ripken or Derek Jeter? Be honest, bro.
Come on, we're not doing this.
You can't give him that question.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you. It's Cal Ripken in my book.
Of course, it's Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
What do we care about? What do we care about winning? Derek Jeter, one of the greatest winners in baseball history, is Derek Jeter.
Yeah, but it's a pitcher's game. Baseball's a pitcher's game.
And
it's not a shortstop game. Yeah.
So why is it a team game, bro? You got to have an owner that wants to spend money.
You could. The best shortstop you can make an argument that Ozzie Smith is the best shortstop ever played. I mean, there's a lot of great shortstops.
He couldn't hit the side of a barn.
Later on in his career, he got.
But that's what I'm saying. But he was the best shortstop, but he couldn't hit. So
Cal Ripken couldn't. Cal Ripken.
I mean, A-Rod is the best shortstop. If you keep it.
No.
Well,
he would have stayed playing shortstop.
If he stayed playing, but they had to pacify Jeter's ego.
That's because
I would say Miguel Tejada is better than comparable to Derek Jeter.
Manny Machado was supposed to play short, and they moved him to third because they had JJ
Hardy.
They had JJ Hardy, but he was coming up through the Orioles system as a shortstop, and he should have stayed a shortstop because he kind of was the A-Rod, Manny Machado. Man, that was the one player I wish the O's would have never traded, man. Like that
They
was
wasn't
so sad.
gonna be able to they weren't gonna be able to re-sign him, bro.
He wanted to stay an Oriole, man. He said it.
I'm rocking with Jose Akendo.
Oh man, go ahead. Man, because you could say because I mean I'm looking at Davy Concepcion, man, play shortstop, bro, defense, bro, get out of here.
I'm a Ray Ordonez guy, man.
Yeah, Nomar Garcia Parra, Ernie Banks.
Oh yeah, Garcia Parra was nasty, especially the Red Sox.
Barry Larkin, Cal Ripken. Yo, Omar Vizquel. Oh God.
He had a good relationship, but
the injuries took away Nomar though. But he at his peak.
I tell you what,
Nomar at his peak.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time, Angie.
I said. Oh, you talking to me or Ant?
No, Angie was saying something. I think he was breaking up.
I was saying, Freezy, we had a good relationship before Derek just linked up. I don't know. I don't know, man. Me, the same birthday. That man is the greatest shortstop of all time, ever. To ever lace him up, the greatest.
Who?
Derek.
Oh, get out of here! Get out of here, man.
In his
prime, he wasn't better than Hanley Ramirez.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you said Hanley Ramirez was not a good offensive, bruh.
What Derek Jeter bat second, right? He batted number 2 for the Yankees.
Jeter has the longevity, but
Jeter hit a walk off in his fast at that. Everything about
but these other guys' peaks were higher than Jeter's peaks. If we're talking straight talent.
He's a Yankee, man. He played shortstop for the New York Yankees. No matter how, if he played shortstop for the Kansas City Royals, he'd be an afterthought. He played for the Yankees, and there's just, everybody wants to be a Yankee, man.
It's not that he played for the Yankees. It's that he won. That's why. It's because
he could have won for the Kansas City Royals, but he won as a Yankee, so he's a legend. That's
I mean, you start getting into the argument like, because he was a winner and all that stuff. Like in the game of baseball, like you can make that argument for quarterbacks in the NFL and stuff, but a position player.
I baited y'all into a conversation. Why? I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but I baited them into a RJ Barrett, Derek Jeter comparison. And I got some numbers I want to show everybody.
Oh, here we go.
Why didn't they win before Jeter? And why didn't they win before Jeter? And why haven't they won after?
Pitching.
Huh?
Pitching.
Come on, man. They have not won before. They weren't winning championships before him, and they have not won after him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look at
Greeny. Also never saw Derek Jeter play, right, Greeny?
The Yankees farm system came together
horrible
around Jeter at that time.
They're horrible now.
Now we got the Derek Jeter curse.
Jeter was the glue, man. Jeter was the glue. He was the glue.
He was.
There's that new stadium. There you go.
Drop the knowledge, please. Drop the facts. Go ahead.
I don't know why we're talking about the Yankees. The Mets just beat them twice. So what are we talking about?
Come on, they faced our 5th and 6th best starters. They faced Montgomery and Herman. Miss me with all of that.
It sounded like 2 L's to me. I don't know how you trying to explain it.
And now we just brought in Benny from the Bronx. Listen, I know
you say that like we don't have DeGrom missing the whole year. Like
we don't have to worry about DeGrom. We don't have to worry about DeGrom because the Mets are not getting to the World Series. You don't have to worry about DeGrom. You don't.
You better worry about the Houston Astros. That's
I'm very no. I'm very.
Oh, y'all got Andrew Benedetti.
I'm very worried about Houston Astros because Jose Altuve gives me Derek Jeter vibes, meaning the winner. He's a winner.
Yo, Altuve, bro.
I'm terrified of that little midget. He scares the living daylights out of me. So I'm very worried about Houston. Not worried about the Mets.
Not worried about the Mets at all. Oh man, that's funny.
We've won 27. It's okay. You guys can. We want to share the wealth. So we needed a 10-year. We have to take 10-year breaks because when we start winning, we don't stop winning. So
I mean, y'all won one and then just disappeared though. So
yeah, because Derek Jeter disappeared. I'm telling you what it was.
He didn't disappear in 09, 010, like 2010, 2012, 2011, 2012, 2013. Like
he was a carcass. He could barely run the first base them last 2 years. Like, come on.
But there was a gap between 01 and 2009.
Not a winning gap. See, that's the difference. Everybody else judges
y'all
the
weren't
Yankees
losing,
by,
no. Y'all were loaded with teams.
Everybody else judges the Yankees by
Didn't
championship.
Lindor sit out?
Everybody,
Today?
no, he played.
Lindor, no.
Everybody
I thought he sat out.
No, he played.
He played.
Everybody judges the Yankees by championship. Why don't you judge us how you judge your team?
Because you're the New York Yankees and you have the biggest fucking payroll. Excuse me, the biggest payroll in Major League Baseball.
I don't judge them by championships.
And anybody ever saw? Anybody here ever saw that movie Catch Me If You Can?
Yeah.
Well, Leonardo DiCaprio.
You remember how? You remember how Pops taught his young son how to hustle? He was like, "Yo, the Yankees win not because of Joe DiMaggio playing center, but because of the pinstripes. People have their eyes on the pinstripes." Mm-hmm. So and these conversations will go like that too, King. And it's not like basically what it is all-time great entities, whether it's Muhammad Ali or Wayne Gretzky or the New York Yankees or Notre Dame football or whatever it is. They get held to a higher standard. It's the fact that like you want all the credit when you've done it, but then when we hold you to that standard, it's like, well, why me? You know what I'm saying?
You guys don't win, so like that's why I don't want to hear it from Mets fans.
I don't hate the Yankees.
Yankees have won emotions in every
No one
decade
hates the Yankees, dude.
for the past 100 years, except for the 80s.
I mean, Red Sox, man.
Red Sox fans.
The Yankees have won a World Series in every single decade for the past 100 years, except for the 80s, the Manley curse, and the past 10, 12 years. This past decade. So
the Yankees are the Mets rivals, but the Mets are not the Yankees rivals, and that's the sad truth.
Baseball doesn't really.
Man.
Like
the Mets are their rivals are more like the Phillies or the Braves.
City Field told me different these last couple of games, and the Mets fans
that's at a game, man. In reality, like dudes are not
when the White Sox.
You guys are on cloud nine because you smacked around Jordan Montgomery.
When Yankees fans puff up their chest when they beat the Mets all the time.
Bro,
what do you mean?
When White Sox
puff out their chest when they beat Tampa.
Yeah,
they don't, because Tampa is a better organization than the Mets.
Go ahead.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I was going to say, like when Chicago White Sox fans come to Baltimore, it's a rivalry. No one talks about it. No one even knows about it. But it's like when the White Sox fans comes to Baltimore, for some reason, it's a crazy environment. It's even worse. It's probably the worst team to come to Baltimore because everyone comes to Baltimore because of Camden Yards. If you've never been to Camden Yards, come to Camden Yards.
I've been there a few times.
Pretty.
It's the best ballpark in baseball, man.
And you know what? I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I've been to about 10 parks, and yes, Camden Yards is the best. So there's an awning in left field. My cousin will take me to the game. There's an awning in left field, area in left field where you sit down. It's like in the shadows, right? And it's like this dude that over there, he's been working at that section for like 15, 20 years. I think it's a black dude named Lou or something. Mm-hmm. And when you go over there, this dude is like, know everybody in his section, know exactly what hey, Bobby, another hot dog. Yeah, man. Bring it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you at the game, and it's almost like you forget that there's a game going on.
Yeah.
Right? But when I go to Atlanta, like I go to Atlanta, like the new stadium, bro. The old stadium, Sarge, no lie. The old stadium, I could leave my house at 9:00 in the morning, drive to Atlanta, right? Piddle paddle around, go to the game, get a ticket, sit right behind home plate, bro, in the old stadium. The day of the game, bro. The day of the game, I could leave my house and drive to Atlanta and get about 10 rows up back from home plate, right?
That's what it's like for the Rays games down here, bro. It's crazy. They don't even come to the games.
Right.
I don't get it.
Now
they win in the World Series and not even selling tickets.
And they're in Sarasota, though. That's the problem with Tampa Bay. They're not in Tampa.
Well, yeah, they're in St. Pete
they're in St. Pete.
Look,
they need to
see. Florida fans are funny, bro. Like all Florida sports team fans, they're just lazy, bro. They don't even care about
doing other stuff. They
only care about football out there. So
they got better stuff. They care about college sports. Don't get them started.
College football, not even professional.
College baseball, college football. They care about college.
Like the Dolphins, they can't get people to them games. Like the Bucks,
but the Hurricanes, though,
right?
Oh yeah,
yo, come on.
Yeah, it's all. When you're in the South, man, it's all college. Nobody cares about pro. They ain't paying them ticket prices.
Yeah,
$15 for a beer.
I hate to say, but Fenway Park is iconic. That wall.
Oh yeah.
I hated it because my friends are all Red Sox fans.
I go to Boston. It smells fun, man. Fenway stink. Fenway stink. It smells like socks and shit in there, man.
It's a museum at this point.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you something about that whole little area. Fenway Park is one of the last standing structures from a major fire that happened in Boston. Look that up. There was a huge area. The whole area burned down, and Fenway Park lasted. So it's like it's a museum. You know, it's like
and it's in the ground. You think it's in an above ground place? It's not.
Yeah,
it's like in this thing. Like when you roll up on it, you like, yo, is this ballpark in the ground? You know what I'm saying? It's not like when you pulling up to Citi Field, you could see the big iconic stadium rise up on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's like it's not like Yankee Stadium where it's a whole bunch of concrete and twisted metal and railways and all bunch of, you know what I'm saying? You go to ball, you like, man, is this thing? We going to a grave? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah,
you ever been to Wrigley Field?
Wrigley Field.
No.
I haven't been to Wrigley either.
Yeah, I haven't been there. I hadn't been there, but I've been to DC. That is trash.
Yeah, National Park sucks, man. I went to the World Series there. I went to the first game 3 when they played the Astros.
Yeah,
Anaheim is just pretty. It's just nice, well built. Dodger Stadium is the hot dogs is all you go for the hot dogs. And I was going when they were losing, so I used to pay $5 for like you said with the Braves. They sell tickets for $5 there the game at the Dodger Stadium back in 2004 time frame. I was like, what? $5? I'm like, man, I could buy 5 seats. Never been over. It was part of it.
Yeah. That's one place because I want to go because my pops was a Dodgers fan from Brooklyn, like a Brooklyn Dodgers fan.
Yeah,
and he always wanted to go, and I didn't get a chance to take him before he passed away. But so I wanted to go out there, take my sons out there, man, just to go out there and you know what I'm saying, breathe some of that stank Dodgers Chavez Ravine air. But I also wanted to go. There are some parks that I want to go to just for like the experience of it. Like I always wanted to go to where the Reds play at Synergy Field. I always. Because they tell me all you have to do is pop the ball up out in Synergy Field, and it's like a 500-foot home run. Get the ball in the air, it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I want to go
Coors Field like that, too, Colorado.
Yep. Yeah, I want to go to the Padres, man. Padres and the Giants. I want to go to a fall game in San Francisco and a summer game in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see the Giants Stadium, man.
I went to the Pirates Stadium also.
Yeah, that's the Camden Yards, but reversed. Yeah. They did a lot. They did it. The same guy that built Camden Yards built the Pirate Stadium. It's real nice.
Yeah. PNC Park.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to go. I want to see Detroit too because I had family members in Cleveland, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Baltimore. To be honest with you, at this stage, I visit both the Camden Yards more often than I visit Citi Field. It's because I live in the South. Right. Yeah. And even when I go up north, I pass by it when I'm on 95.
Where you get crab cakes at, Freezy? Where you get you get crab cakes while you a crab dude or what?
Yeah, probably down by the not the Bay. The
down by the stadium.
No. It's a spot. I forgot what they keep telling me, man. It's a spot like we go there
Myrtle Beach?
No. We talking about in Baltimore.
Oh.
Yeah, we're talking about in Baltimore. It's a spot. It's like a riverfront area.
Yeah. Fells Point.
That might be it. But you can go there during the daytime.
Yep.
For food and then go to the casinos at night.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it's dope, bro. It's a night, man.
Baltimore's come on to Baltimore, man. I know it's got a bad reputation because of everything, but I'll tell you right now,
it's extremely hood though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Baltimore is hood.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
And we all live in harmony though. Baltimore is one of those cities where you ain't avoiding nothing. There ain't no walking the other way. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Dudes washing your windows at the stoplight, bro. I got to get used to that. I got to get used to that, bro.
I grew up going to Shea Stadium, and then I got a chance to watch a couple of the City Field, but by most I lived in Florida, like most of my adult life, and going to that Tropicana Field to watch it is so weird. Maybe a small indoor.
Yeah,
like baseball. It's strange. I mean, it's comfortable. It's air conditioned. You know what I'm saying? It's nice for that reason.
And y'all know they built that for the White Sox, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they built the Chicago White Sox and San Francisco Giants. Both were in competition for a new stadium, right? And so the cities wouldn't build a new stadium for the White Sox. Y'all remember the old Comiskey Park?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Not the new Comiskey, not whatever they call it, guaranteed rate field, whatever they call it. Comiskey was Comiskey was like your old high school field, but bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with the Giants used to play at. Y'all remember the old county state, the old place the Giants used to play at? The old Willie McCovey, Willie Mays, Joe Morgan Giants?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Felipe.
I saw films of
Manny Alou.
I ain't never been there.
Yeah, man, it was a dump. It was a dump. It was like it would remind you of County Stadium in Baltimore. You remember old Baltimore County?
Oh yeah,
Stadium?
Memorial Stadium.
Memorial Stadium, yeah,
Memorial
it was
Stadium,
a stadium just like that one.
Yep.
Man,
That's
when they built Camden Yards, bro, when they built Camden Yards, as soon as Camden Yards opened a door, every other baseball stadium was obsolete, bro. Period. I remember the day they opened it, and it was like, yo, is that a warehouse out there beyond right field?
You know what that was? That was where they made bullets. That was a bullet factory. So that's an interesting. That's where the Washington Bullets came from. The Washington Bullets used to be the Baltimore Bullets.
The Baltimore Bullets, yeah.
And then they moved down to DC. But that warehouse is where they manufacture bullets. And there's a train station that goes underground.
Right.
So that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. The Baltimore Bullets. How dangerous it is right now. You think they just
the murder capital of the United States.
Welcome to it, man. If you ever do come to Baltimore, just don't go on the west side. You'll be all right on the east side. Just don't go west side.
Yeah, that is so crazy, man.
Hey, but the Bullets, they weren't named that because of crime, though. It was named after that because of the
manufacturing,
Revolutionary War, production and patriotism, all that stuff. Yeah. But the name got negative as the city grew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that.
That's like naming one of the Florida teams pedophiles.
Or naming one of the teams Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Someday the Steelers gonna
be
like.
Well, the Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay changed. They used to be called the Devil Rays.
Devil Rays, yeah.
But then they took the devil out because
because they couldn't win. Remember that the owner was like, "No, we can't win with the devil."
I never got the Devil Rays. Where did that come from?
Well, because
of the fish.
Well, down in the Central Florida off the Gulf, there's a lot of Devil Rays. The manta rays or whatever.
Oh, the devil fish.
That's why
I'm looking it up.
Devil rays.
Yeah, and now they're called the Rays after sunshine.
Yeah, like sun. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Do you know how the Chicago Bears got their name? This is a very cool story. If you don't, does anyone know? Okay,
go.
So they're all sitting in a boardroom, okay, and they're bringing a football team to Chicago, and the guy is sitting up there, in the 20s or whatever, smoking a cigar. And he's like, there's only one thing I want, and I want to be bigger than the Chicago Cubs. And supposedly it was some dude that literally didn't have any business being in the room said, well, name it the effing Bears.
Right.
And that was it. That's how they became Chicago Bears.
Yep.
That was the name.
Bears.
Yep, they changed their name from the Decatur Staleys to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Want to be bigger than the Cubs.
Yep. And the Cubs were huge at the time, by the way, just for those that. But
it's pretty funny how stuff works itself out. You know, like
did y'all see the Guardians uniforms they had on today? The sky blue and yellow.
No.
Bro, them joints was terrible.
I thought they were playing softball, bro.
The Boston jerseys are terrible too, but they're for.
I thought those was high school jerseys.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What do you think about that name change? Oh wow, you think they should have changed it? I mean, I'm trying to get all political and all that, but
I would say to it this.
They could have changed the logo. They had to change the name.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think in today's society where everybody is hypersensitive, whether they feel right or wrong, whether they feel like it's justified or not, some stuff is just not worth all the. Because Francisco Lindor played there for all those years in Cleveland, right? And all you heard about was changing the name of the team. So a lot of people outside of Cleveland don't even remember Francisco Lindor, Jose Ramirez, that team that went to the World Series, none of that stuff, because it was all about, are they going to change the name of what?
It overshadowed the product.
Yeah. Well, the look of that mascot was worse than the actual name.
Yeah, they could have done something with the mask, making a cartoon about it, but baseball is just so, to me, it's like if you start messing with baseball, a lot of baseball has to do with history, and when you start messing with it, it can go.
What a lot of history in this country is.
Yeah, that's a lot of racist history, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And some of it too.
There's a lot of liberation of history too. There's a lot of freedom. That's a different channel, right? So
Well, and so what I was going to get to, man, is a lot of that stuff historically. Is a lot of great things happened that were related to baseball. A lot of stuff though. A lot of stuff in baseball, you were like, you would kind of wish stuff was different. You know what I'm saying? And like even in today's game, to have an entire encyclopedia full of unwritten rules. You're like, yo, why do you even have unwritten rules if nobody can speak to them? Yeah, you just don't do that. You gotta respect the game. Like one of my pet peeves is when like you can't steal bases if you have a 3-run lead.
That's a rule?
An unwritten rule.
Well, it's one of those disrespect rules they got.
Right, because it's so hard to score in baseball. That why would you try to run it up and show guys up? But then at the same time, you have pitchers, right? Pitchers, when they strike somebody out, they're like, yeah. And then if you go yard, you can't even flip your bat.
Yeah, the bat flip.
Yeah,
that's off, man. What about that team that just had 28 runs, Toronto Blue Jays on the Red Sox?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Baseball's got to do something because
a lot of these unwritten rules, bro, and the pace of the game is so slow. It make you want to, man. Sometimes you just fall asleep during the game, man. You're like,
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even watch that Mets and Yankees until the last couple of innings, bro. I'll be honest with you. That's all I ever do.
If I'm watching a baseball game, I'm multitasking unless I'm at the game.
Yeah, man.
It's a day outside. I'm with you there, Sarge.
Yeah, man. That's the way I see it too, Sarge. Like going outside in the sunshine.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
They honestly made the home watching experience just so much better. It's just like so hard to low key the best sport to watch live. I mean, if you got really good seats in a basketball game, but hockey, no matter where you at, that's the best game to watch.
I can't get with hockey at all, person.
Man. Hockey live, bro, is lit.
Yeah,
hockey live is lit,
bro. Just started watching hockey. Hockey is
and bro, and those dudes, you ain't never hear about them being soft. Still,
Bro,
all of these are
look at
hard
the
as
amount
hell,
of
bro.
they really ain't all that hard. Number one. Number two is they got so many damn pads.
Nah, them dudes is tough, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I seen dude get hit on the board so bad. Oh
yeah,
my God,
but look
bro.
at their pads.
Shatter his
You ever put on
whole
hockey
mouth.
pads? Go to your
Bro, he
sports
didn't.
equipment
Bro,
store.
it
Put on
wasn't
hockey
no.
pads.
It wasn't no hockey pads because his teeth was.
Well, I'm not saying that they do get their teeth knocked out. That they do.
They will get their teeth knocked out.
They do get their teeth knocked out. But I'm talking about like waist, like hip checks and all that. It's all pads.
And what would you rather get? And think about this: what would you rather get hit with? 100-mile-per-hour baseball or 100 miles per hour hockey puck?
Where at?
Yeah, anywhere.
What you mean, bro? I seen dude
everywhere
get hit.
but the head.
He got
baseball.
hit in his nose with the hockey puck.
There's a little give in a baseball. There's no
and he was
give in a
still
puck.
and he was still on the ice. He was
There's no
still on
give.
the ice.
You can't squeeze a puck.
Bro, I
pucks
got
can
hit
go a
with a
lot
hockey
faster.
puck one time, and it was like 50 miles per hour. And what you forget is that hockey puck is compressed, vulcanized rubber. It's like somebody took the tire off your car.
Yeah, there's
and
no give.
squeezed it down to the size of a hockey puck, bro.
Yeah,
it's a very
and it's frozen sometimes.
Yeah, and
It's
that
frozen
joint
on
hit
ice.
you, bro.
Bro,
You gotta
growing
be a psychopath to be a goalie. That's
bro,
all I know.
growing up as a kid in New York, bro, I played street hockey.
Well, that's a different level. I did too. I played
And,
street
and,
hockey.
and
too.
I was a goalie in street hockey, and you want to talk about them balls, them hard
Oh,
plastic
yeah.
balls, them things hurt, boy. When you get
Oh,
hit with a slap shot from one of them.
I used to love
golly.
playing hockey as a kid.
Cricket balls are harder than baseballs, though.
Really?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I couldn't play cricket, man. I quit. The first time I felt the ball, I'm like, oh. And most of those guys went bare hand. We don't really wear gloves in cricket back in the day.
Oh man,
That was
That's
crazy.
interesting.
Hey,
Yeah,
shout
that's
out to them
crazy.
dudes, man. Shout out to them dudes.
Yeah.
I just can't
Yeah,
get
man.
down with hockey just because of the it's too much going on, man. I feel like
See,
I'm
this
just
what it
like,
is,
I'm like
Sully.
a cat
You just gotta
chasing
watch
a
it
light.
during the
I'm like, what
playoffs. You gotta watch it during the playoffs. You gotta watch a good game.
Yeah.
Sally,
That's
Sally,
what it is.
you feel it like that about that sport, but if you were to try to explain football to someone that doesn't like football, they'd be
they feel the
completely
same way.
confused. Like,
Yeah, you
what
even
is
love
this
football, you
formation? Why are they moving before the ball is hyped? What's going
Yeah.
on? What's even just the pre-snap stuff with like
football's
people
not
off.
Yeah, it's like, yo, how come some people can move and some people can't?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How
It's a
come
whole
he
bunch
doesn't
of-
get
it's a
the
whole bunch.
ball?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, so what are y'all thinking about the Eastern Conference champs this year? Y'all thinking Boston going back to it? Y'all think Boston is the team to beat?
I think if the Bucks are healthy, it's going to be the Bucks.
I think the Bucks
I
too.
think-
Yeah, I like the
staying
Bucks.
with Boston.
Yeah.
I think if we got Donovan Mitchell, we is the Knicks.
Whoa!
I just see Giannis as an unstoppable force as long as he has help, some help.
Another
Like,
year
the
older.
secondary forward,
Here's
but
the thing
he's
about
still 27.
Giannis.
This
Giannis
is prime.
still
I know.
he
Understand.
still has to count on
Still
another
can't
guy in
shoot.
his team to be shooting for him. You know, it's because
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
know what I'm saying. As good as he is, like in today's game, you just can't do it without a. I mean, that 1 year he won. I mean, that was
Yeah, but he still needed
Yeah,
Middleton to
except-
get him buckets.
yeah.
down the stretch.
Yeah, but every team needs that though, bro. Every team that's winning the championship needs a second and third guy. I don't care.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
you know,
they all do.
Will average 50 points and 30 rebounds, bro, and never won a
he
chip
didn't
doing
win.
that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Think about a dude averaging 50 and 30 and still can't win a chip.
Yeah.
I mean, people want to talk. You know, Magic had Kareem, bro.
And James Worthy.
And James Worthy. I mean, he has. I mean, Larry
Norm
Bird
Nixon
had.
and Byron Scott and Michael Thompson and Kurt Rambis and Bob McAdoo and Michael Cooper.
I mean, all them championship teams. had
Yeah,
some-
man.
Yeah, Larry
Yeah,
Bird
man.
had what, three Hall of Famers on his team?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. And
Yeah, we
and
don't
most
do-
of those
people
guys,
wanna say-
they were good before they got to Boston, bro.
Right.
Dudes like Jim Paxson. Jim Paxson was the reason why Portland didn't draft Michael Jordan. Jim Paxson was an all-star, and Jim
That's
Paxson's
crazy.
backup was
Yeah.
a rookie named Clyde Frazier. And people like, yo, if I'm Portland, I'm still drafting Jordan. No, you not. If you got an all-star at a position and you just saw his backup dominate, you not get ready to draft Michael Jordan, bro. Don't do that. Especially when who was playing center for Portland when Michael Jordan was drafted? Who played center for Portland the year Jordan got drafted?
Duckworth?
No, nobody.
Oh no, it was before that. Yeah, it was.
Duckworth was after that. Yeah. So nobody remembers. Nobody
I don't
remembers who the center was. And Sam Bowie coming out.
They drafted Sam Bowie.
Yeah, because Sam Bowie was coming out looking like Porzingis. Sam Bowie was the 1980s versions of Kristaps Porzingis, a 7+ something dude that can dribble, pass, and shoot. And if you put the wrong power forward on him, he'll go by a power forward or small forward.
And the thing, Freezy, they were probably looking for,
and he's injury prone like Porzingis.
Looking for a replacement for Bill Walton. How they had a dominant big, and then they wanted another dominant big.
Right. They didn't know they had a big man curse at the time though.
Maurice Lucas, didn't have Maurice Lucas?
Dude. Yeah, he was old though, bro. 84. Yeah, 84. Yo.
But like, you're looking like them 76ers team that like Dr. J and Moses Malone,
Barkley,
Bobby Jones was a beast.
Barkley went.
Moses Malone said they was like Moses, man, Philly traded for you. Why were you excited to come to Philly? We went in for Doc. I was like, dang, bro, you had 2 days to come up with something, and that's what you say in the press conference.
Yeah,
win it for Doc, and it's like Moses, y'all team. This team is historically great. How many games you think y'all it's gonna take for y'all to win a title? 4.
Man, that generation was great.
Yeah, the dude said 4.
That was
Daryl Dawkins, Chocolate Thunder.
Daryl Dawkins.
Yeah, that team was put together so well. They had Mo Cheeks, Andrew Toney, World Be Free. Man, that team was loaded. Bro. That team was loaded.
Y'all follow JJ Redick's podcast because Jalen Brunson's been on JJ Redick's podcast, like talking about the Mavs stretch wins over the Suns. He's on there again, another episode. That's like his third episode in 2 weeks.
Really?
Y'all watching any of that?
Is it multiple visits or is it just one sit down?
They broke it down in parts.
They break them down in parts. Yeah, you can. I'll send you the link in the private, but I just can't believe how much Jalen Brunson's spending talking about the success he had with the Mavericks and not the future with the Knicks. I'd be a little like, I don't know. It's like, what are you doing, bro? You're not a Maverick anymore. Bro, why are you talking about the Sun series? Like.
Well, I mean, what was JJ's question?
I haven't watched it.
Before that. Okay.
He's always talking. They're always talking. It seems like the last few episodes has been about recapping the playoff push in Dallas, not the future in New York.
Right.
So and it's funny because Luka's in Europe, not talking about anything, and Jalen Brunson's all over social media talking about his Dallas run.
Wow.
Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you need why are you on the JJ Redick podcast? He's already talking about getting that check. You should watch it. I don't really like what I'm seeing, man. He looks nervous.
Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
Nah, he'll be all right.
I don't know, man.
I hope
some people get that bag and they ain't never the same, bro.
Especially come to New York City with that too. New York City.
Some people meant to be a Robin, bro. Some people ain't meant to be Batman. That's just life,
right?
And we didn't bring him in here to be Batman. He ain't paid like Batman either.
Jalen Brunson,
that ain't Batman pay, bro. I don't know what I don't know.
Oh, that's Batman pay for him.
Is the
but
max.
For him, it's Batman pay.
For him, it's Batman pay. He's a backup point guard, second round draft pick, not an all-star, got over $100 million, playing in the biggest market in the world.
Yeah, so did Chandler Parsons.
Well, he didn't play in New York.
There's been people getting overpaid for years before Jalen Brunson. Bro.
Well, he's another one. Add him
but
to
in
the
New
list.
York City, though, it's not like he's in Dallas, you know.
Yeah,
Charles
hide him.
Charles Barkley had to say, Charles would be like, those girls in Dallas and those girls in San Antonio.
Yeah,
you know,
big old women.
New York girls.
Yeah.
He'll be like, there's some big girls out there. New York City got everything here for them, man. Everything.
As a person, I wish JB all the success that life brings him. Meaning, I'm not a hater, but I'm here to talk basketball. And reality is, if this dude ain't putting up the numbers by All-Star break, I don't know if he's going to make it, man.
What is the numbers to you? What are the numbers?
Give me some numbers. Yep.
Oh, well, right now he's averaging 12, 13 with 3 boards and 4.5 assists a game.
Give him the numbers he averaged last year.
Yeah, the one he just had his last year.
16, 5, and what? 4?
Because that's when he had the starter minutes.
So, Jalen Brunson, in order for me to say that he is having a success in New York, I think he's got to be 17 points. I screw the points. He's got to be 7 assists a game or more.
Okay, that's reasonable. I think that's acceptable.
7 assists or more, then he's a vibe. Because if not, if you can't be better than Ricky Rubio, then we got a problem. Because Ricky Rubio has better numbers. And those are facts. As a point guard, he has better numbers. He averaged 8 assists.
Raw assist numbers are not an indication of controlling the game, though. Because Kyle Lowry,
I'm going to go differently.
The things that we need him to be for us doesn't translate on the stat sheet.
I'm going to go different. Actually, some stats I would take.
On his stats.
Yeah, let me give you one stat I would take. I don't want his individual number to be 7. I want a team stats number overall to be like 25 plus every game. If that happens, it means he's a floor general and the passes are coming from wherever he says it should come from.
Okay.
I'd rather that stat.
That's fine.
The team assist goes up. And
if he's so above. What you're saying is if Jalen Brunson gets a lot of hockey assists.
Exactly.
He gets he gets 4 solid assists a night, but he gets 4 or 5 hockey assists. You're happy with that? Okay, cool. I'm with you.
Yeah, I want a team overall. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Give me the team. And
I mean, if that translates to him averaging 15 points and 6 assists, and he's facilitating RJ and Randall and everyone else properly, and Mitchell and they makes them better players. And let
me ask you this question. Let me just throw a lineup at you. All right, it's Game 6. You're facing Boston. You're in Boston, right? Everybody Boston puts on the floor is 6'8" or more, 6'7" or more.
Right.
What do you do with JB?
Marcus,
I still put him on the floor.
Do we have Mitchell?
What do you do? I'm not worried about Mitchell.
Because Mitchell has.
Yeah, I'm not. Because Mitchell's going to be tied up with Al Horford and
have you watched?
No, he's talking about Spider Mitchell. He's talking about Spider Mitchell.
Oh,
I've seen Jalen Brunson score a lot on guys taller than him.
No, I'm not worried about Jalen Brunson scoring.
Yeah, we're talking about defending.
We're talking about defending. Because the question.
Okay,
is
Game 6 of what round? What round?
So Marcus Smart ain't in the game.
You're going to let Jalen Brunson guard Marcus Smart?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and at the same time, Marcus Smart guarding Jalen Brunson,
right?
I don't know if I like that matchup.
You can't hide Jalen Brunson. Listen, you are not going to be able to hide Jalen Brunson on defense at all. They are going to switch. They are going to make New York switch until they get Jalen Brunson, and he's going to get work.
But see, you're the same guy that's still obsessed with Jalen Brunson from 2 playoffs ago. You the same guy that went off about what's his name did against Brunson. That was different than this last playoff Brunson.
Coach, hold on.
No, it wasn't.
Hold on. Didn't teams try to exploit Stephen Curry on defense, and what did they do? They didn't. They hard trapped and they got right back to their original matchups every single time. They hard hedged on every pick and roll, so they couldn't abuse it. It's hard to do that when you have 2 guards that are.
Steph is bigger than Jalen Brunson, by the way.
He's still got a few and faster. And not faster, but
and longer arms, a bigger wing.
He's not stronger. He ain't stronger.
Taller, not bigger. Exactly. Say taller, not bigger.
He's got more length.
We watched Stephen Curry play against the Houston Rockets, and they put him in pick and roll.
Sure.
Game after game after game after game, continuously. So you can't tell me it's going to be a problem where they don't figure it out or know how to adjust. This is something that Tibbs can do. I'll give him his credit. He knows how to play some defense. He knows how to put players in position to play.
Mm-hmm. So basically,
so you're saying if Brown and if Jalen Brown and Tatum cover whoever,
I'll give you the Boston.
Who are the 2 guys they covering?
I'll give you the Boston Celtics 5 people on the floor. We'll put Robert Williams at the 5 or Horford, whichever one you want. We'll put Tatum at the 4. We'll put Jaylen Brown at the 3. We'll put Brogdon at the 2, and we'll put Smart at the 1. Or you can swap out Brogdon and Derek White.
That's fine. So your 2 best defenders are covering who on the Knicks? That's why I need you to tell me that.
Well, we're talking about Boston being on offense and New York being on defense.
Okay, defense.
We're not talking about New York's because defense is what's going to get New York to the next
center's
step.
a wash. Center's a wash, right?
That's a void, right?
Right.
Power forward is Jason Tatum on offense, and now you got Randall. So Tatum's at the 4.
I like that matchup.
Yeah, Randall can defend him.
Okay, cool. So Jaylen Brown's at the 3. Who's guarding JB? Jaylen Brown.
I'm okay with RJ covering him.
I'm okay with that too.
Okay.
And he's done it before.
I'm not.
Oh, he's done it before though.
I'm not because if Jalen Brunson's shot is going.
Oh yeah, you can't stop him if it's jumping.
Yeah. If his shot is going.
But all Jalen Brunson, all JB shots are going to be 2s.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2s when he dropped 50 on us. So,
Who? I'm talking about Jalen Brunson.
I'm not Brunson. I'm talking about Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. No. Jalen Brunson's
okay.
Okay. I got
so that's a rough one. Okay, that's a tough matchup.
Okay, so now we're at the 3. So you're okay with RJ being on Jaylen Brown?
Slight advantage, Boston. Slight advantage.
Yeah, because Brown could, beat him inside.
Okay, so the 2 is you could put Smart. I'll put Smart at the 2, and Brogdon at the 1. So let's go Smart at the 2. So Smart's on who?
See, that's where the Knicks have the advantage. Spidey and Brunson over Smart and Brogdon all day. I'm sorry. No matter how you twist.
Okay, that's fine. So you'll take the offense of the DPOY.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. The thing is there's going to be a lot of you can't key on a person. But that's the point I'm getting at.
But Smart offensively is not guaranteed. If you stay close to him, You'd have to be taller.
Marcus Smart just goes to the corner, man. Marcus Smart's a corner shooter, or
Marcus Smart takes a lot of terrible shots, though.
He does,
uncalled for, terrible times.
And at one point, you remember 2 seasons ago, where he was like 0 for 70 something on threes in the fourth quarter.
He's not a good offensive player.
So stay close to him.
He like missed 70 something straight threes in the fourth quarter, something crazy like that.
Okay, so Donovan Mitchell on Smart.
Keep your body on him. Just keep your body contact.
So now that we got
crush him, neutralize him.
Smart
now
is
it's Brogdon.
So Donovan Mitchell is being guarded by Marcus Smart, and now Brogdon versus Jalen Brunson.
And that's where slight advantage Brogdon in the offensive side.
Okay.
So they'll have two spots. Brown and Brogdon are the trouble spots that Tibbs will have to find a way to have
to stop. Yeah. Now let's flip the court. You're on offense, they're on defense.
Center neutralized.
Okay.
Power forward, I mean,
I'm taking Randall over any Randall. No, they don't have a power forward.
Randall with his head on straight is cooking.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Yeah, but that's
with a great point guard. You have strong point guard. Randall, slight advantage.
Okay, and then the 3.
I'll neutralize. I'll say
that's
even.
That's an even.
Yeah, that's even.
Wait a minute, RJ Barrett over Jaylen Brown? Y'all think RJ Barrett's gonna cook Jaylen Brown?
I don't think he's gonna cook him.
No, I'm saying it's like an equalizer situation.
They're gonna neutralize him. Brown's gonna neutralize RJ. I don't think he's an advantage.
RJ Barrett's not gonna stop Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm. And RJ Barrett's not gonna cook Jaylen Brown either.
Yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying from outside the offense, Brown will stop RJ more often than not.
Okay. So you're saying that Brown has the advantage over RJ, right? Okay, so the 2 is Spider versus Smart.
Oh, wow. DPOY against
That's
on freezing.
Where was the DPO? Where was the DPOY when Curry was dropping 35 on them in the finals?
Yeah, Spider ain't Steph Curry though.
He's Steph Curry, bro.
I defer.
You can't completely neutralize his talent.
And then plus two, it's not defeating your opponent, it's how you defeat them.
But right? name a guard in the East that Marcus Smart had to cover that. It's got the skill set.
All I know is
Trey Young, maybe.
All I know is.
Oh, I thought you meant Steph Curry. Okay,
no, Donovan Mitchell.
Nobody.
Jimmy Butler gave everyone hell who guarded him on Boston. Every single one of them.
I think Jimmy is more receptive than Mitchell.
He gave Jaylen Brown buckets. He gave Marcus Smart buckets. He gave Tatum buckets.
But Jimmy Brown got to the free throw line a lot.
That's part of his game.
I think
I'm just saying. A lot of those
is
points
part of his game, though.
Not saying that. I'm just saying that a lot of his points came from that free throw line.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of them. Hey guys, let me get out of here. I'm over here about the Doles, man.
All right, fellas.
Hey man, so next morning drive in the morning. Guys, we really got to get together and do this thing for the channel, man. Talk some football. So if you guys are really wanting to do it, man, I'm for it. We just got to organize. I don't have an issue with it, man. We can rock and roll, man. It ain't even a thing, man.
Definitely.
But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all, because I gotta do vibes and stuff in like 6 hours.
And put my name on that belt there. Put my name on that belt.
Oh, you talking about this belt right here, son?
Yeah, that belt. Just get my name up there right now. Thank you very much.
You see that spot right there? It's a spot right here.
You got my spot. Okay, great. That's my name right there.
It's a spot right here for your name. All you gotta do is win the Blorange Tears Debate League Championship.
It's done deal, man.
All right, that's all you gotta do is be a great debater. If you're a great debater, this belt is yours.
A master.
Well, a master debater.
Master.
Just be a master debater.
Yeah, man. Linguist. I'm also a credit linguist also.
All right, boys. Salute. Have a good night. Good night, chat.
All right, Good night, chat.
All right.